And we are live. What's good, y'all? It's your man, DL Saint. Welcome. DL Saint What I Know podcast. What is it? Wednesday, y'all. Happy hump day, y'all. It's the 4th. We are 4 days into 2023, man. I hope all is going well on y'all end. Things are going really good on my end. I'll tell you that. Like I said, I always get kicked in the face early in the year. I'm used to it. It normally gets better towards we get to the middle of the year, and then it just, slow decline from about September to December. I get kicked in the mouth in January, and then the whole thing starts over again. Hope y'all doing well. We got a good show for y'all today, man. We got a good one. We got Brother Taroos here. We're going to talk about some RP stuff. We're going to talk about the way the RP world looks at dating today in today's dating market. We're going to look at a whole bunch of stuff, y'all. A whole bunch. I was on Black Man Unfiltered show last night. Shout out to Black Man Unfiltered. Shout out to Suzette Speaks and What We Know podcast and the whole, like the whole realm over there. And this conversation kind of came up. These topics came up, and Brother Taroos had a lot of questions, a lot of statements. And of course, I'm always there to be like, yo, bro, you know what I mean? Hold on now. This is what I got from that. And then we'll talk about what everyone else got from that. And then we'll find the common ground in the middle. You know what I mean? So that's what's going on. We got Sister Follow in the house. What's good, love? What's good? Welcome. Thanks for being here. Happy New Year. I don't think I've seen you all year. Happy New Year. Sister Candace in the house. Happy New Year to you too, love. Welcome. The Monster Mod. Sister Candace, too bad you can't make it down to Miami on the 14th. That party's going to be good. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, Fresh and Fit is having their 1 million subscriber celebration January 14th, which is coming up. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be a good time. I'll be down there interacting with all the dudes from that world, with the Fresh and Fit fam and all that. Hopefully I'll be interacting with people from Valuetainment. I think Sneeko will probably come through. You got maybe Justin Waller be there. There'll be a whole bunch of people from the Manosphere coming through. There'll be a bunch of celebrities and stuff like that. I don't know where they are on tickets. I know about 3 weeks ago, all they had left were the VIP tickets, which were very expensive, y'all. That VIP ticket was expensive. I want to say they had 4 of those left, I think. Don't quote me on that. But if anybody in here, any of the mods have, any information on that, if you want to, Candace, if you want to drop a link for the Fresh and Fit party, please do that. I wouldn't mind promoting my dudes. It's going to be a good celebration, and they earned it. They worked really hard. Miss AKA ladies in the house, what's good? Nightish is in the house, what's good? Hello, DL. You will not convert to Roos. What's up, chat? You'll be surprised. It's not about converting. It's really about just, taking in the meat and spitting out the bones. That's what we're going to be talking about. It's not a matter of, converting, but, I just want to be able to open some eyes. And not just Brother Taroos, some other people who are watching. Wonderful 34's in the house. What's good, fam? Dusto's in the house. What's good? What's good? I'm glad y'all can make it. Always a pleasure having y'all. But without, any further delay, man, let's bring the man up right now, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Brother Taroos is in the house, man. What's good, fam?
Hey, what's going on, man? Thanks for having me.
Hey, man, thanks for being here, man. We just chilling, you know what I mean? 2 beige dudes who were in the military, you know what I mean, who know how to talk to women. So we're going to sit here and have this conversation.
Oh, DL, when you go to Florida, bro, I need you to turn up for the light skin community and show these people that when we hit the sun, we can't get tan. We could get a little bit darker, just a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. That Middle East sun ain't no joke. I came back 4 shades darker.
Oh, yeah,
I came back 4 shades darker. Like, yo, what the hell? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And yeah, Scam Lightly definitely like, let me get a little piece of this. Yes, absolutely, bro. I'm gonna definitely shoot you the link, man. Be looking for it. I'm gonna shoot it to you in a minute. I wanted to start the majority of the show off with just me and Brother Taroos, because a lot of times we do the panels and we can't, like, a lot of good points get missed or overlooked or ran over, because like it's an opportunity to have some good conversations. But if you have so many people on the panel, you know what I mean, the conversation jumps. And like some good points are lost. So I wanted to start off with just the 2 of us. We're going to talk about a few things, and then I'm going to send Brother Dusto the link. I'll text it to you, bro. And then after we get Dusto up, I'll drop the link if there's anyone in the chat who wants to join. So that's going to be the way we run it today. Yeah, the light skin community. That's us. We up here, and and good afternoon to Sister Candace again and everyone who's like helping us out. So we wanted to get into this, man, because I know. We got What We Know podcast in the house, man. What's good? Ready to rumble? Is that JT? Is that JT or is that Rob? I think that's JT right there. So yeah, Dusto, man, just give us about 45 minutes or so, man. I'm gonna shoot you that link to your text, and then we're gonna bring you up. We'll talk with the three of us for a minute, and then we'll drop the link in the chat. But Brother Taroos, where should we start, bro? Like, where should we start?
Once again, let's start with the definition. I need you to break down what bottom 80% means. Okay. Yes, let's start there. So, and that goes from when people talk about, the high value man. And that, I want to say that it was pretty much Kevin Samuels who really coined that phrase. I don't think he created the phrase, but he certainly shot it out there with gusto with his platform, because all the women were saying, they want a high value man. So Wonderful 34, I appreciate that, bro. I see always showing love, man. I really do appreciate that. Wonderful 34 with the $5 cash out, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you. I appreciate that. Like I said, I'll go straight to the hookers and cocaine fund. So when I go down to Miami, we're gonna have so much to do, so much good times. So there's a lot of people who talk about high value man, top tier guys, right? These are the guys who make over six figures, tend to be over 6 feet. They have, they're in shape. They have the six packs. That's like the 3 6s. But these guys are really driven, successful men financially, and they are accepted amongst other high value guys. And these are the guys that women tend to find attractive, right? So when you talk about, top 20 versus bottom 80, the women who find these men attractive, these men tend to be in the top 20% of all men, right? So the bottom 80 are the dudes who aren't in that category. And who are the bottom 80? Regular dudes. And the one thing that Kevin Samuels and the rest of the red pill world, when they talk about high value guys, they omit guys who have like real good game, who can like talk to a lot of women. And the thing is, it's really difficult for men to get women, to meet women, to be able to have sexual access with women. So I include in the top 20 dudes who have real game, like guys who can really run up and they have a lot of sexual partners. They run rotations and spin plates. So how they put in they say spin plates in the red pill. I say run a rotation.
So real quick, just so your definition, because I actually think I'd rather roll with more your definition than the general one. You're including game in the 20%, not being like, well, that's then 25 or 30%. You're including game as part of the 20%.
I'm including game. If you have game, if you have access to women, if women find you attractive and women holler at you, y'all always hear me hear that. I be hitting that button all the time, right? If you can go up to women and run this, holla, 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 and wake up the next morning in her bed, you in the top 20. Right? If you that guy that could go into a club, a lounge, a bar, the grocery store, the park, and come out of there with a woman and smash, you in the top 20%, irregardless of your height, your build, your bank account. None of that matters. Why? Because it is very difficult to get women in today's society. And throughout history, it's been really hard to do this, right? So that, in my opinion, puts you in the top 20%. So when I talk about the bottom 80, I'm talking about the guys who don't have the money, the guys who don't have the physique, who don't have the looks, right? Who don't have the charisma, they don't have the charm, right? They don't have the game, and they don't get women. These men tend to be not only overlooked, but completely invisible to most women. The guy's working at CVS. The dude is working at Starbucks. The guy that's handing you your fries at McDonald's, right? The guys who are working in the kitchens at these, short order cooks at, you name the restaurant, IHOP, Perkins, whatever. These dudes tend to be invisible to most women. These are the guys who make up the manosphere. These are the guys who are over there looking for answers. How can I get a girl, right? So that is my definition of bottom 80 versus top 20. Are we cool? Is that good enough?
First off, this is probably the best definition I've got to date of all my research. I think I told you before that I still don't know if it's top 20. I still think, or as far as that percentage of men go, I still think maybe it's closer to like 35%. You know what I mean? But I understand the general idea between the 80-20.
We
Or
got
the
Coach,
general accepted. So,
bro. We got Coach K in the house, man. Coach K is up in this piece. What's up? We gotta give her an applause. Cincinnati, give her a horn blast. Deer Park up in this piece. We got Cincinnati. Hey, don't mess with me now, man. I got backup, bro. I got Cincinnati up in the chat. What's up, y'all? What's up? You know what I mean? A1 over here, player.
oh man, is she actually a Bengals fan or is she another fan?
She better be a damn Bengals fan. Coach K, if you ain't a Bengals fan, you better lie right now. Who they? Who they? I tell you who she's not a fan of, the fucking Cleveland Browns. How about that?
Hey,
How about that?
Hey, I'm not a fan either. Sometimes we really are the mistake by the lake, so I get it.
I ain't nah, man. Y'all got who y'all got? Y'all got Baltimore. Y'all got Baltimore this week.
No, Steelers.
Y'all got Pittsburgh. That's right. Y'all beat Baltimore for me. Thank you. Y'all got Pittsburgh this week. I ain't gonna lie. I hope Pittsburgh win because I want Mike Tomlin to still have that winning season. He hasn't had a losing season since he's been in the NFL.
I don't, because he ain't gonna get fired. It's the Roonies. You know what I mean? He ain't gonna get fired. I don't give a fuck about
I still want him to get it though. It's just no one else has that claim to fame. I'm not. Come on, I'm a Bengals fan. You know we hate Steelers, bro. I want Tomlin to have that winning season. I really do, man. But it is what it is. Coach K, yeah, I'll root for the Bengals. Laugh my ass off. I like college better. Go Bucks. Yeah, man. How about them? Hey, how about them Bearcats? I like college football too. How about them Bearcats? So and Coach K, I'll definitely be you know, if you want to jump up on the panel, be prepared. Like give us about another 20 minutes or so. And then we'll, you know, I'll send you that link as well to your Instagram. And Dusto, I'll text that to you. And JT, I'll text it to you. But we just want to get started with Taroos up front right now. So, all right, so we've established that. And your only pushback to my definition of bottom 80 is, you know, or top 20 or whatever, is you might expand that 15 points. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, make it top 35. Okay. I'm not going to fight you on that. You know what I mean? So now we've established bottom 80, top 20 in the red pill. Okay. So what's the red pill trying to do? The red pill is trying to do the manosphere slant red pill world. They're doing their best to help these guys in the bottom 80 become better men by encouraging them to go into the gym and work on their body, by encouraging them to get out there and make money. However that may be, like, you know, get yourself a better position, whatever corporation you with, or get out there and get your side hustle on, like drive your Ubers or whatever. One of the big talking points in the red pill community is you need to be working. If you're a young man, if you're 23, 24 years old or whatever, and you're out here on this platform talking about 304s ain't shit, it's like, bro, you better be working while you saying all this stuff. Like, how you got time to come on here and complain about women when you ain't even working? You know what I mean? They tell them to get your, like, you know, become socially calibrated, become aware of your surroundings and know how to interact with people. All this is coming out of the red pill, right? It is male self-improvement. That's what it is. There's no victim politics over in the red pill. You know what I mean? If you're not doing these things, if you're a basement dweller and you're fat, you know what I mean, and you ain't out here trying to better yourself, you don't deserve to be with a woman.
That's the disconnect that I'm struggling with. Based on the videos, the discussions, me being in this space so far, because what you just described as red pill, I don't consider red pill. I just consider it helping out guys. And so what I consider red pill is actually probably considered black pill to you. What you just described, these dudes who are just out here grievancing and they're not even trying to change anything. I consider these kind of dudes red pill, but I think by definition, it's actually black pill. And so I'm getting confused with a lot of like how they
like these terms or whatnot. Right. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of this stuff that you'll go off on some things. I'm like, that's not really red pill, bro. But you'll be like, but no, I heard this. And I'm like, you probably did hear it. There are a lot of bad actors in that space. There are a lot of bad actors in that space. Just like there are a lot of bad actors when we talk about women, right? Believe all women. I understood the concept behind believe all women. I understood the concept. But if you really believe that I'm going to believe every story every single woman says and take it as facts, you must be out of your mind. Women lie just like men lie, just like kids lie.
You take all accusations seriously, but you believe the evidence.
You believe the evidence. So there are bad actors in both worlds, the blue pill world and the red pill world, they're black, they're bad actors. I'll give you that. So Miss AKA lady, she like the problem in describing your bottom 20 is saying that the bottom 80 and the bottom 80%, based on y'all's definition, a quiet 5'11" man who makes $90,000 a year is a bottom 80, and you're undesirable to women. That's not the case. Here's the thing. Most women will find that guy to be invisible. But remember, I added that caveat, love. That guy could be 5'11". Hell, he could be 5'9".
With zero game.
He could be 5'9". He could, you know what I mean, be like average build, but have real game. And he could be making $40,000 a year and have real game and got a bunch of women around him. That guy be in the top 20 because he has game and he can get women. The key is this: the ability to attract women, to attract and keep women, basically to attract and smash women or be in a relationship. That to me is the final determination of who's in the top 20 versus the bottom 80.
So the reason why I expanded more to maybe a top 35, and I still think it's not top bottom. I think there's a top middle then bottom, but we'll get into that later. The reason why I say it's maybe 30, 35% is because there's a lot of guys would do better if they realized when we're focusing on trying to make each other better as men, the things I try to tell you guys to improve on are things that you should improve on in general. And so when you're when some guys are saying being sexually attractive to women and having a bunch of women around, I think that's the wrong energy. Like, I believe in that, like your presence, your aurora, your command presence. I think that's the wrong energy because I want guys to just be able to attract people around them. I want you to not be a black hole. I want you to be an orbit. Like, everybody wants to be around you. Your friends, your family wants to be around you. Your homies wants to be around you. You know what I mean? Your friends that just happen to be girls want to be around you, or at least you're not the guy they're trying to be like, hey, don't tell them we coming out to this place. You get what I mean? And just by getting guys to understand that, hey, it's not about just only attracting women, I think that percentage increases.
Now, I hear what you're saying, and I get this. I get this a lot from a lot of people, right? A lot of guys, a lot of women, they're putting out a bad message. These people are taking this. They're taking these messages and they're going out there and they're creating, you know what I mean, F boys. They're creating fuck boys. They're creating players. No, I don't agree with that at all. I'm going to give you the tools.
Creating more incels.
It could be. All right. I'm going to give you the information. I'm going to give you the numbers, and you can do with that what you will. I'm not responsible for your morality. I'm not. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. What you do with this information is on you. You know what I mean? If you're in the bottom 80, guys ask all the time, man, what do I got to do, bro? Like, I seen you with this beautiful woman. You driving a nice car. You live in a nice neighborhood. You've been on all these nice trips. What do I need to do to get a life like that? You need to work. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody give me that shit, bro. You need to, first of all, you need to work. You need to define to yourself what type of life you want to live. And then you need to do the kind of stuff that Taroos is talking about. You need to figure out what kind of person you want to be. Right. And then when you go out there, you work hard, you get in the gym, like you lose the weight, you become more attractive to other, not just women, but other people in general. You learn how to be social. You learn how to talk to folks. You learn how to read the room. These traits are attractive to the opposite sex. So you'll have women coming up to you. I got guys that I mentor. And what do? I don't talk about the shit like on Zoom or we going out. Yo, you pick a place and we gonna go out. We go out. I see how they dress. I talk to them about the way they dress. You know what I mean? I talk to them about cologne. I talk about all the extras. Then we go to the bar. And one thing they always say, we're like a nice lounge or a restaurant. We're sitting at the bar just kicking it. They're like, yo, Unc, when I'm out with you, women always come around. Like this, we could be at the bar for less than 5 minutes and it's a couple women to come up to the bar. And he's like, bro, I thought it was just, it was just coincidence. But whenever we come up, the women always come up to you or come close to you. Why? I was like, bro, because it's the way I present myself. I ain't got to say a word.
It's your presence.
Look,
that's what these guys need to understand is no, you cannot ignore the social aspect. Guys, you guys got to understand, man. I know, first off, my rejection to success rate before I got married was probably 35%, 30 at that. I get rejected all the fucking time, like most guys. You know what I mean?
that you guys got to understand with women, you can be fucking Fabio and Michael B. Jordan and Idris Elba. The moment you open your mouth and you say some dumb shit is the moment that women just viewed you as went from a 10 to a 2. Because women aren't that what excites women and what attracts women is that command presence. It's more about your aura, your orbit, and less about what you look like. That's why you'll see dudes who are average to below average, and they have the finest women, and it's not because they bread. It's because he makes me laugh, or he's really fun to be around, and things like that. Because, for example, a very specific example, guys. When I go to the mall and I'm hanging out with my family and I'm seeing my daughters like and everything, guys, I could start telling who's watching these alpha male videos because some of you guys walking around, I give you credit for coming outside. Some of you guys look really uncomfortable in the clothes you're trying to wear.
And
You
y'all
look
stink.
like you don't fit in your own. You know what I mean? Like,
And y'all stink. All right, let's get that out there. You smell like ass. I'm sorry, bro. You can't approach some woman and you smell like doo-doo. All right? You need to work on that. You can't be all that. You got to take, you have to put in work. And what Brother Taroos is saying, there's truth to that. You know what I mean? I highlighted a statement right here. First of all, we got Brother Doug in the house, man. Peace. What's up with you, brother? Happy New Year. Welcome. We got Brother Doug in the house. But Miss AKA Lady, there are tons of women who just want peace, appreciation, and true happiness. It's not a small group. Women aren't that bad. Men aren't that bad. Everyone is speaking in extremes.
I would believe that in every world every country except this one, because we have a uniquely American problem going on right now that it is. I can't agree with that statement, unfortunately.
And here's the thing, Miss AKA Lady, I would have agreed with that statement 20 years ago. 20 years ago here in America, I would be like, okay, yeah, but there has been a shift. The reason the manosphere has exploded over the past 5 years is because of Instagram and social media. Let's keep it 100, right? Hypergamy is a real thing, right? Hypergamy is simply the art of dating up, wanting to get the best from your partner. It makes sense to me. And women tend to use that in their dating strategy. It's all about being hypergamous. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with getting the best. But now people aren't just limited to their little region, their little town, their little whatever. The entire planet is at play because of Instagram. Drake can hit up your girlfriends, fellas. And if you think for a moment that your girlfriend ain't going to entertain an opportunity to go hang out with Drake, you're foolish. I'm not saying she's going to go out there and smash, but it's Drake.
But here's the thing, DL. A lot of these guys don't realize that they girls are gonna go hang out with Drake because they themselves are boring as fuck. Like a lot of you guys, man, y'all just. This is what I want to help you with because at least with some women, you guys just aren't interesting. And hell, I talked to some of you guys like on other panels, and you're not interesting. You know. So if I don't find you interesting, there's a lot of women who don't find you interesting. And like if you're looking uncomfortable, like if I'm out with whoever, or I'm out with the boys, or I'm out with wifey, it's for whatever reason we're out at night at the bar or whatever, and I could see that you look uncomfortable in the clothes you wear. You just walk straight out of Dillard's or some shit like this. I guarantee you, every single woman already spotted you before I did, and already you're now bug repellent.
And it's not the clothes, gentlemen. It's not the clothes. Clothes don't make a man. A man makes the clothes. You could put me in anything, bro. You could put me in anything. Guess what? I'm gonna rock that shit, cuz. You could put me in a barrel with suspenders on it, man. Have me walking around in a barrel with suspenders, I'm still gonna pull. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna make that work to my advantage. And this is what the manosphere attempts to teach. Go ahead, bro.
And see, I understand the broader manosphere. I just didn't think what I was saying was red pill. You get what I mean? Like for me, this is just guys talking to guys, but for some people, it's actually considered red pill talk. And so like and to highlight your point, the reason why the clothes doesn't make the man is because, again, guys, it's about you not looking comfortable in your own clothes. And so you're sending the message to broader society, to everyone, that we are not currently witnessing any version of you that's real right now. You guys got to understand that when you're in public like that, that's a red flag, because now women are like, okay, what's this guy really like? How does this guy really act? How does this guy really dress? Does this guy actually like wearing cologne every day? Does he actually like going out and spending time with me in public every day? Or is this just a front?
Now, and here's the thing, because, you know, women hear this, right? And we're just two dudes talking about it from a male perspective. Miss AKA lady always brings this up. It's like, well, like she said, there are women out there who just want to have a good relationship. They want to be appreciated. They want to be respected. They want to be loved. They want to have someone that they care about. True. But you can't ignore the numbers. And that's the thing. Like, again, when I say red pill, right? People ask me this all the time. When I say red pill, I mean exactly what the notion means from the movie. I am unplugged. I took the red pill and I take the information and I see the code. I see the world, the way it works in 1080p in real life. That's what I mean about being red pill. I'm truly unplugged. You know, Andrew Tate's always talking about the Matrix. If you want to use that analogy, fine. I'm unplugged from the Matrix. I'm like a rogue program running around trying to help people see what really is going on. Women need to understand that hypergamy is real and it is ingrained in their DNA. It's hard to escape. But some women, when a woman finds the man is the best man that she can get, if she's with the guy that she absolutely feels is the best man she could be with, she loves, honors, and respects this man, she's won the game. She's married. They're together and having kids. It's golden. She is not there. It is so difficult to get that woman to come away from that man. I would say it's damn near impossible to get that woman to come away from that man. And there's a lot of factors involved in that, right? If that woman, let's say that dude is like the third.
There's smaller factors. Hypergamy, because hypergamy is a big thing, right? I will admit that it's a big thing, but there's too many men being or having this notion that it's the only thing, right? It's a factor, but depending on how you operate, it could be a minor factor. It cannot be as big of a factor. Depending on how you operate, it could be the defining factor because that's all you have to offer, maybe from a material standpoint. You know what I mean? So we got to understand that you don't want to be vague and be like, well, you know, people are this, but you have to be able to tailor this, right, to specifics, to foundational shit. And so when you're saying red pill and unplugged, I'm thinking it from a traditional sense because, again, if you were, I told you this before, if you were representing the red pill community, I wouldn't be here. There's a lot of people, I understand the red pill community needs to exist. I just really feel like too many people are giving these young men the wrong information. Right? Okay. It's one thing to unplug yourself. It's another thing if there's too many people who claim they're unplugged and then feeding bad information.
And I would argue, my pushback to you is this. It's not the manosphere's fault. It's not the red pill world's fault that they're bad actors. It's not their fault. Every person is responsible for them. This is player versus player, right? If you get some bad information, shame on you. Like Andrew Tate. I'm not a member of the War Room. I'm not a member of Hustlers University, right? Andrew Tate said it. The stuff that they teach in Hustlers University, like, dude, you can find that stuff online on your own. Mm-hmm. But we'll put it. You pay us this much money. It's right here. People want cheat codes. I'm not mad at the Andrew Tates of the world, or I'm not mad at the bad actors, right? You're a grown up. You need to learn how to sift through the bullshit, right? So I am truly unplugged. There are women who get mad when I make statements like, look, you know, you need to be able to vet a woman properly. We talk about body count, right? Look at Brittany Renner. Brittany Renner is a very attractive woman, right? She's smart. She's wealthy. She made her plan and she executed her game plan to perfection, and she did exactly what she set out to do. And she's miserable. She's miserable.
Got the wrong information, wrong game plan, right?
She didn't get the wrong information. She did exactly what she wanted to do.
No. I mean, like her goals was wrong. Using the wrong information for the wrong kind of goals. Because think about it, if she would have got the right information and had the right goals. She has the ability to seek to succeed. You know what I mean?
And here's the thing. Whose fault is that?
That's hers.
Thank you. So any of these guys who go out here and they grab the wrong information on the red pill side of the world and they do some shit, it's their fault. right? It's their fault.
But that's gets back to we're a digital community, right? A community, and we always talk about let's be clear, especially in politics and social life, we talk about community policing. Well, guess what? This is a village, or this is I want to treat this like our village, and guess what that means? Sometimes I got to run these fucking these gunslingers out the town, bro. Sometimes we got to have that showdown. You know what I mean?
I mean, but here's the thing. I'm more of a zeros and one kind of guy. You know what I mean? I'm like, look, bro, you got the same information I got. How the hell you wound up over here doing all this black pill shit? You got the same information I got. How you run up over here trying to line all these women, whatever? You know what I mean? And the thing with the point I wanted to make with Brittany Renner and a lot of these bottom 80 guys, what the bottom 80 guys don't realize is if they could have all the women they wanted, that shit would be so empty. It won't take long. It won't take long. Right? Because your post-nut clarity is going to be there every other day. Boom. This is nothing. And you start to realize that sex is just sex. It ain't shit. Honestly. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, so
that's why I was so guys, y'all need to understand this is why, again, I know I've already admitted that I messed up early in my marriage in my early 20s, but I've always wanted to be married because I've always been monogamous. Because guys, let me tell you, and I know some women are gonna hate this, guys, it's the same process over and over. You sweet talk some chick, you smash, you hope you get some butterflies. She gets on your fucking nerves. You get on her fucking nerves. Y'all either grow through that or you part ways, and the fucking process starts over.
And let me jump in just for a quick second.
Over and over again.
Yeah, let me jump in for a quick second on that.
Yeah.
My process was different. My game was being savvy enough to keep my fucking mouth shut. I didn't shoot game at her. She shot game at me. She approached me, and my game was I just know to keep my fucking mouth shut. Every time you get with a woman, gentlemen, it ain't nothing you said to get that woman. She chose you. Women control who gets sexual access. Men control who get relationships. Another red pill thing. I'm like, damn, you know what? That makes sense. It's nothing. I cannot go out here and run my game on the first beautiful woman I see and get her to come home with me. I can't.
Yeah,
I can't. I can't.
You know
but women can.
You know how many beautiful women I ran up and got fucking rejected.
So what do? We run numbers, right? When I was out there doing it like that, we simply run numbers. And my game, the essence of my game was being smart enough to keep my mouth shut, to know when to shut the fuck up, and she'll come to me. That was the essence of my game. But you got these bottom 80 guys, again, they don't know that. Coming from me and this dude, we were out there doing it. We were getting chicks. It was nothing to us. But these guys, there are men out there, right? A third of men in America today.
JT gonna say something about the beige community. If we keep talking about, we was out here and shit.
I knew some dark school Shabba Ranks looking dudes that was getting way more women than me, bro. You know what I mean?
Hey,
way more immediate than me.
My dark skinned homeboys, if y'all really want to be on some passport bro shit without the sex trafficking, go to the Czech Republic. Happy birthday.
Yeah. And Miss AKA Lady is right. She's like, social media amplifies extremes. Yes, it influences more folks too, but most people who are successful in relationships aren't living on these extremes. They are normal people. That's not a bad thing. And we're not saying it is. We're not saying it is.
Right,
I want to be clear.
This gets back to your numbers, because successful relationships, we already know that at least half the marriages have failed. So we're already talking about a select few people in successful relationships. So we're already kind of talking about extremes, especially in today's climate. It's unavoidable because we're on the decline. So these extremes are actually more and more.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's just.
It is what it is. Miss Globe Girl's in the house. My favorite sailor. What's good? What's good? I'm going to be down in your hood. Y'all, I'm going to be down in your hood. Shouty, y'all better stay in the house. The paratroopers coming. The paratroopers coming. Lock the doors, board up the windows. I'm going to be down in Miami.
Just want peace. I mean, the good, respectful relationship part, but the peace part, no. Like,
the majority of women just want peace and a good, respectful relationship with someone they can build with. That's all. Okay. Absolutely. I think people want that. I'll tell you this. I will tell you this. If that were true, we wouldn't have a bottom 80. There are 80% of men right now that will give you that peace, love. They will give you that relationship. They will put you on a pedestal. They will work until they die to keep you happy. Those bottom 80% dudes. The problem is a lot of women don't see those guys. They want what they want. There's nothing wrong with that. What do they tend to want? The most successful dudes, right? I want a dude who's at least taller than me so I can wear my heels and look sexy. I want a dude who's making, you know, like the 6-figure thing. That's not an arbitrary number this motherfucker just made up.
But we can teach these guys game that way. That fucking because that way the salary shit doesn't even matter, bro. That's what I'm saying. Because this is why I don't talk directly to like go on women's panels, DL, because I'm a really sound like a fucking red pill douchebag if I'm talking directly to them. Because I'm gonna be like, because guys, guess what? Guess what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna be like, bro, you know how many women said they wanted the 6-figure guys, and guess what happened? My fucking $25,000 broke ass was smashing same night. Women say a lot of shit.
She smashed you, bro. I just want to clear it up, though. You didn't smash her. She smashed you.
Fucking, hey, don't matter. Don't matter.
Right, to us, it don't matter. Got it. Right, you got it.
It is like, but the way I carry my, it's just like you. That's why before we started, you were saying like you and I are so similar because, guys, when you go out and socialize, I rarely ever go out with the intentions of trying to bag somebody. I go out to have a good time with my homeboys or whoever's out. I'm going out there on the dance floor and I'm dancing. A lot of you dudes go to the club and y'all stand like this all night.
All night. Don't want to get a bottle.
Why are you at the club if you're not trying to dance and turn up with anybody? Any randoms?
And yo, like fam, like yo, Coach K, JT, Dusto, check y'all emails and check y'all Instagrams and text. I sent the link out. If y'all want to join, pop on up. But continue, bro. Continue.
A lot of these guys, you go out when I go on the road trips with my homeboys. When I was going out especially when I was single and shit, I would always put these cool ass trips together and I would tell my homeboys, we are here first because we're going to act like goddamn tourists. We're going to learn some shit. We're here for the experience. Yes, we will go out at night. And if we just so happen to meet some ladies, cool. But the main priority is that we here turning up, having fun. That is a bonus. I hate hanging around with dudes who that's the priority. It's just doing whatever it takes to bag. Because you guys aren't an orbit in socializing. You're a black hole. People want to stay away from you. And guess what? Hanging around dudes like that, I'm not going to hang around you guys because guess what? You're like the dude version of bug repellent, of female repellent. They're going to stay away from you. And because I'm associated with you, guess who they're staying away from too?
For real. And Miss Globe Girl, I want to say I heard a rumor that you were in the Dade. So I think I heard that rumor. I don't know if it's true or not. So, and I'm not gonna say where in the Dade.
Miss AKA lady. Yeah, I've been married 15 years, Miss AKA lady. I got married when I was 20.
Yeah. So, and we got Dr. B in the house. What's good, fam? Welcome. Definitely gonna see him down in Miami for the party. Can't wait, man. I know he bought his ticket like shit. I want to say a month ago, bro. So we're gonna be down in Brickell making it happen, bro. I'll definitely hit you up when I get down there, bro. And there's another thing I wanted to say, and I'm gonna bring Dusto up. Well, I'm gonna bring Dusto up now, but it's something I wanted to say. Here's the thing, y'all. And a lot of women, like, here's the thing. We all know good guys finish last, right? And this is the thing. When people ask me, well, why am I this way? Because I ain't gonna lie to you. The one thing I wanted, and I failed in this particular aspect, but the one thing I wanted was just a long-term relationship. I wanted to be married, right? I wanted to have a good woman and by my side. I wanted that, right? And so a lot of people were like, well, what happened? Every time I met the woman that I wanted to be with, that Disney fairy tale programming was ingrained in me, bro. I couldn't help myself. I treated her the way that I wanted to treat women. I don't treat all women like this, but if it's like the woman I want, I would pedestalize her, right? I treated her like a queen. I anticipated her needs. I listened to everything she said. I understood who she was. Even when I understood that she would change from day to day to day to day. And I was right there. Boom. I did everything. I wanted to be the perfect guy because that's what all women say they want. They want the perfect guy. And every single time I did that, every single time, people, it did not work. She left me. Now, contrast that with me going out just being normal Saint. Normal DL go out on the streets doing his thing. Every time I'm the bad boy. And again, yes, this is anecdotal, but we're just talking about, personal life. Every time I go out and I be the bad boy, I'm like what Taroos said, bro. I'm in there. 3-day rule. I'm smashing within the first 3 days or first 3 days that I meet her. I don't care. I'm not listening to her. I don't care what she has to say. I'm not thinking about what she wants. I don't know what her favorite color is. I don't care what kind of TV she likes to watch, what movies. Don't give a shit. You know what I mean? I'm not taking her nowhere nice to eat, right? It's always ice cream dates or trips to the park. Don't give a shit about none of that stuff. I don't care about your friends. You know what I mean? Nope, I don't want to meet your family. None of that. Just bring that Foxy Brown over here, girl. That's all. And guess what? My success rate, high 80%. High 80%. None of them chicks, I ain't gonna say none of them, but only less than 20% of those chicks will cut me off. I would normally cut them off. Now, here's the thing. That's some red pill shit. Now, that's just my personal experience, but it has to be said. So when I talk to these, but so go ahead. I mean, what do you guys think about that statement?
So that's and this is the part where I go, that's your experience. Unfortunately, shit happens. That sucks. So, my experience has been, I do like, for example, I've always tried to mold myself, especially when I was a teenager, bro. Craig David was out, Avant was out, bro. I learned my game from fucking Avant, Craig David, and NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. That's how I learned how to talk to girls. And so I learned how to talk to girls from like G Unit and fucking. I mean, yeah, I tried to dress like Cameron and shit with the fucking purple Timberlands or the pink Timberlands, but I didn't try to act like them dudes. You know what I mean? And fucking. So what you're saying is true, but even if you're like me, who you do take interest in women, guys, you don't. What ruins it is you guys just agree with everything. Like, bro, one of the things that I like doing with my wife even now, dog, yo, your music sucks. Hey, who is this? This rock band's trash. And all of a sudden we start arguing about whose playlist is shit. And then we interacting with each other, right? And it's just, again, things to keep combo. But if you're getting to know a girl and she's saying, oh, I like this, and then you don't like it, but you're like, oh, really? I like this too. Like, bro, she know you fucking lying. And some of y'all be coming off like that. And the thing is like, if you want to be sort of the fairy tale, you have to put the fairy tale with the realistic spin. You can't actually be the fairy tale. Like, for example, bro, that's why I trip about the passport bros, because they want to live the actual fairy tale of the dude showing up to some shitty ass area, and this woman happens to fall in love with him because he's the one saving her from fucking it.
That's incorrect. And I'm gonna say this. I think that's incorrect. I'm gonna push back, and then I'm gonna let Brother Dusto cook. But I just want to push back on the passport bros things real quick. Casual Germs in the house. What's good, fam? Good to see you. Welcome. Another. So here's the thing, passport bros.
NSYNC, 98 degrees. Let's go.
So here's the deal. Here's the deal with the passport bros. The passport bros are looking for cheat codes. Everyone's lazy these days. We came up in the timeout. Everyone gets a trophy. You know what I mean? Helicopter parenting bullshit, right? The passport bros are looking for a cheat code, and they found one. I'm gonna get a passport, and I'm gonna go to some place like Thailand or whatever, and I'm gonna go there, and I'm instantly leveled up. Why? Because the dollar is stronger, right? I have money. That instantly puts them in the top 20% in that environment, right? And it's a different culture. So these women are attracted to them, and they learn a little bit of game, or they pay for it, whatever. But they're getting women that they could never get in America. That's their initial mission, right? Their mission is to go out there and smash. That's their initial mission, right? Point blank, period. Then these dudes fall in love. And what do? They bring these women back to America, and then what happens? They get wrecked, right? They get wrecked because they're still in America, bottom 80, and they didn't learn shit. You know what I mean?
And this is why I push This is why I push back so hard on the passport bros. And I told you, I take it personal because I'm a huge road trip guy and travel all across Europe. And so
Coach K, check your Instagram, Coach. Oh, real quick. Coach K, check your Instagram, Coach K. Go ahead, bro. Sorry about that.
When I first heard of passport bros, I'm like, oh my God, this is my people. No. Unfortunately, I've seen these people in real life, bro. And when I was stationed in Germany, and again, these passport bros, my wife and her friends and all the Western European women, they got a name for them, including Western European men, sex tourists. And let's be clear what a lot of these passport bros are. I'll give them credit because at least they're willing to go and change their situation to make it their dating pool better. But let's be clear about what a passport bro is. A passport bro is a Western man who failed at being appealing to Western women in a Western society and needed to go to a non-Western country in order to find success. That's what a passport bro is. These guys who are legit beta males in Western society, and now they need to go to a place where they know just by simply being an American, their economic status changes, and now they're already considered high value compared to a lot of the more struggling men on average in the native country. That's why I don't fuck with these passports.
And I agree. I'm gonna let Brother Dusto cook. Go ahead, bro, and welcome, Brother Dusto. First of all,
yeah, it was good. Taroos, in a lot of discussions, you bring the worst case scenarios out and then stamp that on all of them, and that's not true. Now, dust off.
I already said most people aren't like that.
No, that's what I'm saying when it comes to starting with passport. I have a passport and I travel. I'm not a passport bro. I'm not red pill. I don't identify. I'm just a dude who does what he does.
But he's not talking about you, right? Agreed. He's not talking about you. But you on your travels, you have come across these dudes, right? Tell the truth.
Yeah, they suck. And I just say it like it is. Problem I got with passport bros is most of the people talking passport bro don't have a passport. They're just talking.
Facts. Fucking facts.
It's okay if you're gonna go to another country and get a wife. What country you going to? I'm gonna go to Colombia. How much Spanish do you speak? Can you dance salsa? What do you know about the culture? What do you know about Colombia? How many Colombian women do you know in the States? How many Hispanic women have you dated in the States? You're gonna take your same problem over there. I see people simping and dusting internationally. But brother, over there too.
But Brother Dusto, let me just add this one little caveat. I agree with everything you're saying. But here's the thing. It's an instant cheat code. Mm-hmm. Say again?
No, the positive. Well, it's a fault. It's the same false cheat code. All you do is flip over. In America, a woman can be 22 years old, 125 pounds, slim with a smile. She can get any man she wants almost. At least the option to.
She can be 215 pounds and still get any man she wants in America.
Yeah, the problem is that it's only still a cheat code for the passport bros if they stay in that country. No, you just outlined that the moment that most of these guys bring them back.
And that's what Dusto was getting to. That's what Dusto was getting to. Go ahead and bring it home, Dusto.
Woman who's 22, 140 pounds automatically qualifies. Then it's her job to mess it up and start yakking and quacking and screwing it up. And the dudes in America, you can screw it up and still keep half of them because a lot of them are bottom 80% dudes. When you go to Colombia, when you go to them places, if you live there or whatever, all you're doing is flipping the script. Most men don't want to compete and become better men. They just don't. They're not doing it here. They won't do it there. So you'll see fat, greasy, Ron Isley looking slobs over there walking around women that they know they don't qualify for. And 2 feet behind them is the woman walking with the saddest look in her face. That's not a win. It's a fake win.
But here's the thing, though.
But I'm just talking about
it's player versus player, bro. It's player versus player.
I'm just talking about those groups of passport, bro. Now, there are some men who just say, you know what? I have the opportunity to be here, there, everywhere. And they go and they see something they like somewhere else. They say, I like Colombian women. I like the culture of this. Those are legit passport bros. Or say, hey,
but those are also the extremes that Miss Lady's talking about. See, those are the extremes. The dudes who are just literally just international like that. Those are the fringe because most of the passport bros are these fucking sex tours.
I'm just saying, I'm just talking about the legit passport bros or whatever. Legit is, hey, I travel, I have the opportunity to do this, and I like something better over here. Hey, I'm gonna go back. Hey, you know what? Maybe that's a small percentage. Majority of the passport bros are talking that bullshit. Let's just be real.
That's why I said I can't adopt that. I can't adopt that term when the majority of them are shit, man.
But we're missing. Here's the thing: we're missing here, fellas.
Okay,
we're not talking about the mission, bro. We're not talking about what is their mission. What are these? We're talking about bottom 80 guys for the most part. They get a passport and they go trouble.
Bros, they want that marriage.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. We're talking about the bottom 80 guys. What is the initial mission? We're all 3 military guys here. What is their original mission?
80.
The bottom 80. What is the original mission? The original mission is to get sex. It's to get sex. Period. That's the mission.
Honestly, DL, there's some dudes who want relationships that can't get them. Some of them can't get sex. Some of them don't even have good missions. Some have good missions, but just don't qualify for a good mission. There's a mix in the 80, in the top 20 and the bottom 80.
Y'all know I'm a zero. Y'all know I'm a zeros and ones kind of guy, right? I'm the team leader on this. What's our mission? Our mission is to get sex. That is the primary objective. That's what they're doing. What are the secondary missions? What are the secondary objectives? They get over there, they get sex, and then they fall in love. Now they want it because they really want to have a woman in their life. But these bottom 80 guys, they're looked over. I'm not trying to justify what they're doing, but in order to put yourself in their shoes, in their boots, so to speak, you got to understand what their mission is. In America, they're overlooked by the majority of women. Brother Dusto, you would even agree with me that a woman who is not obese but slightly overweight, that's rude, that's crass, she has options when it comes to men, correct? She can get dudes.
If you call them dudes, yeah.
Whatever, but she can get the opposite gender. She can get what she's looking for. If her mission is to get sex, she don't have to go to Guatemala or Nicaragua or wherever. She can get it right here, right? But these men, but the majority of these men can't. You see what I mean? So the whole point of most of these passport
the majority
bros,
of men don't feel like it. I see. That's where I got to push back because again, I've served with some of these guys who will qualify as passport bros, and let me tell you, DL, these guys basically want a mail order bride with extra steps. This is why I got more respect for people who just go straight up buy a woman from Ukraine or Southeast Asia, because at least both you guys are consensual and you know what the contract is. These guys want basically a submissive mail order bride without saying she was a mail order bride. Oh, we just happened to meet and we fell in love. When the whole thing is, let's be clear, a lot of these passport bros, they're complaining about the fact that they can't control these women. And so they go into a culture where they think these women are more submissive to them.
So, and here's the thing, and I go through this with my buddy Jay Swans. Yeah, I go through this with my buddy Jay Swans all the time. Here's the thing. You can't hold someone else to your standards. This is my take. Hey man, you want to be a passport bro, you want to go out here and engage in like what Brother Taroos said, the sex tourism, that's fine. But also understand, Americans, that there are Saudi princesses, a Saudi prince or Russian oligarch or Japanese businessman that comes to America and does the exact same thing. Right. So I don't want people to think that America is just some place where, we're this house on the shiny hill. Nah, there are dudes coming over here with big money going into Hooters, right? Paying off the Hooters girl to come back to his penthouse, and they going to do some things. It might cost that guy, he might have to pay her rent for 6 months.
Right. But what they're doing, unlike the passport bros, is that they don't then go to these countries and then start making videos shitting on the countries that they failed in.
How do you know?
That's the difference. Like you're not, you shouldn't be doing that. And at least I don't see any Saudi princes doing that. You see, that's the thing. That's the thing, Neil. These dudes will go to the Philippines or Thailand or some poor Eastern European country. And then these passport bros will then go and start trashing the American women or the German women or the British women. See, these women ain't shit. These women ain't, and it's like, well, bro, you went to another country because you couldn't bag any here. Cool. If you change your situation, fine. But just because you failed doesn't mean that there's not an indictment on all women, right? Just like we talked about with Tory Lanez, that shouldn't be an indictment on all men, right?
Rules, those men aren't going to go and succeed. All right. A bad mission, a bad plan with a bad person is going to end up bad. We know this. And they can go 30 days, 60 days, maybe even 9 months with a woman they bring from the States to here. It's not going to work. And we know this. I'm just saying, in some of the conversation, there's a lot of stuff that's lumped in. I don't like false narratives. All the passport bros do this, or all these men can't get women, or all these dudes really want love. There's bottom 80% dudes that are in the bottom 80 because that's who they are. And they have bad intentions, and they want to pull women into their negativity. There are those. But then there's bottom 80 dudes who just are being overlooked. They've been traumatized. And if they were given a fair opportunity, they would take advantage. There are some of those. But it's not just these people here, you do this. These people do that. Just like what DL was saying about now your experience is your experience, but it's not, man, when I had these women, I treated them like Disney and they left. But then when I went and started flipping the script, here's the deal. There are
DL, you should consider yourself lucky because dudes can't even get to that point.
No, Taroos, hold on, hear me out. You can do the right thing with the right woman. You can do some wrong stuff with the right woman, she'll still be there. It doesn't have to be a flip that once you duck to the left, like the red pill guy said, then when they do this, you slide over here and you start pitching this and that. That's what I'm not saying you, but I'm just talking about red pill in general.
No, I get it. And I'm not disagreeing with you, brother.
All these manipulation tactics to the point where you talk to a person in the street that have been YouTube overdosed. And like, dude, who are you? What are you talking about?
And here's the thing, bro. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. At all. You know what I mean? And again, I rarely use personal, I ain't gonna say rarely, but I hesitate when I use personal experience. But here's the thing. What we need to understand is, right. No, and I appreciate, no. And that's great. It's perfect because I used it first. I mean, I put myself there as the example. So I'm not tripping. I ain't tripping at all, bro. You know, we family on this. We all cool, man. Especially me and Dusto. You know what I'm saying? We be up in Avalon getting it on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man,
I'm
you need to come back down.
to hop on the Dusto panel, by the way.
Hey, man, bro. So, but let's get back to it. Here's the thing. Coming up as a young man, before I got out of middle school, I realized that I was more effective as the bad boy than I was as the good guy. Right? I didn't know what red pill was and blue pill was back in the 80s. You know what I mean? But I realized as a young man that if I'm known as a player, if I'm one of the cool kids, the girls want to come talk to me. Prior to that, when I was one of the good kids, I'm making the honor roll, I'm winning the spelling bee. That's a lie, y'all can never spell. But I was doing good in the math competitions, right? When I was that dude, I was the nerd, nobody wanted to fuck with me. I learned that very early on. So as I progressed, I got out of elementary, got into middle school, got to high school. By the time I got to high school, I'm rolling with them dudes. I'm that guy. Even though I was in the band, doing some nerdy shit, I also was on the football team and I was in the streets. So I was always the bad boy and I played that shit up and that kept women coming. I understood this as a young man, right? I understood this. Good guys finish last. This is not some shit I made up.
I disagree.
You know what I mean? Bro, you man, go ahead. You got to justify that.
Here's the deal. In Houston, mainly, I was there 7.5. Most of my dating, I was in Houston, 2008 to 2016. The women that I wanted, and even in Tampa, the women that I check for, that are very polite, respectful, and nice, and even when I get rejected, reject me in a way that I actually leave with a smile on my face because it was still a good conversation with a good person. These women are not with Doug Johnson, Del Quan, and Big C, and Trey Loke.
Not in the daytime. Not in the daytime, my brother.
No, they're with Square Jenkins, Business Suit Smith,
Russell Wilson.
Not necessarily Russell, but they're with other dudes who somebody like me who got there 5 years late before. Sometimes an average guy with good family structure. I'm seeing these people and how they move. Dudes opening doors for their women, helping pick up the kids. I'm just saying, it's not like Claytron and them got all the girls. My
thing with the red pill DL too is that, again, just from the male perspective, I see too many guys with these, because we always talk about women and their filters, how they filter out men. I be seeing dudes be so shallow that they be filtering out. Like, I was like, bro, you kind of forced yourself to be dry as fuck. You got nobody to blame but yourself. Because you got these same ridiculously high standards that you claim these women have, and you just fucking yourself over.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, y'all. And this is some. I see brother Paul Bennett's in. Brother Bennett, check your Instagram, bro. I sent you a link. I would love to get your opinion on this, man. We got Mandrell in the house. Oh man, we gotta get these brothers some shouts out. Like, get their home. Brother Jason Johnson's in the house as well. Look at brother Mandrell's nice guys finished last. Good man. Good. Hey, listen,
second or third.
Bullshit. I got to call bullshit. You know I love you, man, but I got to call bullshit on you, bro. You a nice guy? You a nice guy? Get the fuck out of here, bro. You got game. You was a player. Think about it. You were in that player word.
A fiend out here just because
ain't nobody say you had to be a fiend, but you were not a good guy. Ain't a player. Whose car was you driving when you was learning how to drive? What was that
I
story?
was
again?
18, bro. I was 18. That was a long time.
I'm just
I don't know
saying.
about your married thugs. I don't know a bunch of thugs on Wall Street running things. And
Look, I made him blush, y'all. Look, I made him blush. Y'all look, he's gonna turn
Bro,
red
that
up in
was,
his joint.
that was a different moment in my time.
most
Right.
of the thugs ain't even making no damn money.
But they don't have to be making money because they're good with women. Like I said, here's the thing. We all know. I mean, anyone who can hear my voice, they all agree, man. You know, good guys finish last. It is what it is. I'm not saying you could be a good guy and you're just doomed to failure. No, but that good guy's gonna have to learn how to mimic some bad boy traits. This is red pill shit, though. That's all I'm saying.
I just think I could save a lot more people.
Confidence is universal.
Even if this is red pill, I still think they're getting the wrong information. I think we could save a lot of people. You know, that's how I feel, Dio. I just feel like a lot of the guys, if we give them better information like we are, then they won't feel so, I guess, negative about it, about life. You know what I mean?
And Brother Dusto, to your point, right? You know, you put it right here. Good guys with confidence get women, right? With confidence. That's red pill talk right there. How do you get confidence? Right? You level up. You build your body up. Dusto, you in the gym how many days a fucking week? Prior to the injury. Prior to the injury, how many days are you in the week? Right. You in the gym. You take pride in your physique. You work hard, right? You have a great career, right? You got that shit, right? All that builds up confidence. I've seen you working in the field, bro. You ain't afraid to go walk up to a woman. Hey, how you doing, love? Blah, blah, blah. I've seen it, right? You got confidence. You are a good guy who has some red pill knowledge in the sense that you know confidence is key. You are a good man, right? And you can also, you got to tell me, and be 100 with this, bro. In America, would you say it's harder now in the dating world than it was 20 years ago?
Yeah, it's worse.
It's way worse. It's way worse. So you have to, in the red pill, again, if you're an unplugged kind of dude like me, like Brother Taroos is like, oh, we got to do these things. I'm trying to help people out doing one simple thing. Being 100%, letting them know exactly what's going on. That's how I'm trying to help you out. Good guys finish last.
I'm just saying with the good guy, okay. Good guys with confidence finish first.
I give you that. I ain't gonna push back.
Confidence is direction, it's appeal, not necessarily acting a damn fool and being a thug that's getting you these ladies. There are thugs with confidence that can get ladies, but it's limited. There are spaces they can't come into. They have to pretend to be me to get into them spaces and even get a conversation with them women. Or they pretend to be something and hide what they're doing to get these ladies. Or they got to get a woman who's willing to try a thug for the problem is there's a lot of bottom 80% women. They can't get me. They don't have that choice. So they got to go get Marquand or Dusty Smith or Marquand is their choice. And
that's where I push back, bro. Most women have an abundance of choice. They choose these guys for whatever reason, but these guys are not a part of the bottom 80. That's my whole point. These dusty dudes are still in the top 20 in my realm. So these women are choosing these guys. They are ignoring and overlooking the good guy with no confidence. Can we agree on that?
I won't put them in the top 20, but I'll say they can get some women.
And if they can get women, they in the top 20.
I'm saying top 20 is when dudes who qualify to get wives. I mean, women who are willing to stay for the long run. These dudes can get a chick and it's a problem. But they don't care because their life is a problem anyway. I don't see married thugs. I don't see it.
I know reform thugs.
I know married. Yeah, I know married thugs. And Miss, you know, and I want to jump on the chat here in a second. Let me catch up. Well, all right, we'll leave it at Dr. B for a second. Miss Globe Girl had a chat. I highlighted it. I want to talk about this. Where is it right here? Because she was saying, player. Here it is right here. Player versus player. At what point does a man realize playing is not where it's at in the big scheme of things, right?
When women stop playing too?
No.
That's when they'll realize.
No, I would disagree. I would say when that guy has about somewhere between 15 and 30 women under his belt. When he's been with about 30 women, he realizes, oh man, this is just sex, man. This ain't what it is. Because keep in mind, when we're talking about the bottom 80, we're talking about men who are invisible. Men, we're talking about those guys who have not had sexual access to a woman in the past 12 months. You know, a third, we're talking about those a third of men.
This is where I'm saying the guys get bad information because this Globe girl isn't going to like this. But these guys need to understand that one of the things you need to understand, you don't have to compete with other dudes. Guys, you think I was competing with any of you clowns when I was 18 and before I was married? You want to know why I never competed with you guys? Because there's always been more women than men. 7.5 billion people on this planet, and at least more than half of them are women. You go to some countries, and hell, in America now, they out women. I mean, the women outnumber men. Like,
Taroos.
I'm the kind of no. I'm the kind of dude. By the way, I've gotten 2 of my homeboys married. I've introduced them to my wife's friends, and then they got married. Like I got the resume to speak on this relationship shit. You know what I mean? So it's like you guys got to understand that, especially with Western women and American women, women ain't gonna like this. But Black, white, Latino, Asian, Arab, the only difference between any of these women is the hair products in the bathroom. So these women all claim they want fucking 6 figures and a nice ride, and then men built like this. And then guess what? Dudes like me come up, and then all of a sudden they make exceptions. There's exceptions to the rules. You guys got to understand to stop letting the narrative dictate how you move, because sometimes the narrative isn't correct. Most of the time, the narrative isn't correct. Because if I actually operated based on whatever hypergamy meant, like what Dio was saying, if I actually took into account things like hypergamy and what women claim they want, do you think I'd be married? Hell, do you think I have a body count? No. I'd be just as dry as everyone else because I'm letting bullshit that shouldn't affect my mentality affect my mentality. And we got to get these guys up out of that shit.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, brother Dusto.
The false narratives. Here's the deal. You can be a nerd with some glasses on and some confidence. You can get a woman because she could buy into your plan and where you're going. It just is what it is. If you're a nerd dorko who's not going anywhere because you don't believe in yourself and you just blah, 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 she ain't buying it. You can be Thug Johnson. There's a limit because a lot of women, decent women who want marriage and actually want to go somewhere, I'm talking top 20% women, they shouldn't be buying into that. So you're just a thug who slipped through the cracks. And thugs are disposable. They're in front of every liquor store in every big city. Unlimited supply say the same thing. Nothing. But I get it. Some girls are getting with them. And some of them are smashing buns. It is what it is. But the whole thing about there's more women, at the end of the day, it's just more of the same thing. 200 modern women versus 2,000 is the same thing. You can't marry those women. What there's a lack of is more quality women who are fit for marriage. And every year that number shrinks and shrinks and shrinks. And honestly, salute that you got out the game 15 years ago because it didn't get better. But there's nothing we can do to complain and go run to the court and go do this and beat them up on the red. People are going to be who they are. And we got to navigate and work with what it is that we got.
That's and Dusto, this is going to be the problem, Dusto, because this is where I push back on the red pill community. Or this is where the red pill guys hate me, Dusto.
I push back on red pill too. I'm just trying to be fair about it. A lot of red pill stuff is the truth. The women are fat. They're wigified. They're masculine, and they got a whole bunch of kids from Marquand and Del and CeeLo and them, and they're out of control. Most of them are garbage. But I still come from a level of positivity. They're just showing you who you are. Now you only got to spend 5 minutes talking to them, identify what they are, and move on. You spend 5 hours talking. It takes 5 years to go find one, but you can spend 5 hours talking to one of those good ones that's in the top 5-10% of the women. That's all I'm saying.
What the hell you could even mean by that chat? I barely saw it.
Oh, I'm just showing all the chats, but brother Hayoki, shout out to you, man, and shout out to brother Bennett. Brother Bennett, thank you so much for the $5 Cash App. I appreciate it, man. We're almost monetized on YouTube. I haven't figured out the program where I can show the Cash Apps, but I will. Thank you, bro. And I think I'm going to talk to Brother Blackman to figure out how I can show them videos, man, because I'm going to start doing that when people do Cash. That's just funny as hell.
Okay, you ain't implying that these people get married, that anybody gets married as a finished product,
no,
right?
so and let me read. Hold on, let me read it for him. Like Brother Hayoka, you know what I mean? Shout out to you, bro, for being here. Taroos is talking about having an abundance mindset. As opposed to scarcity, right? So this is another thing that the red pill talks about, right? Women have an abundance mindset. Women know that men come to them. Women control who gets sex. So it's all these guys are out here trying to get women. Even the bottom 80 guys, they're not seen or heard, but they would attempt to if they could, right? Women have an abundance mindset. They know they can replace a guy like that. All women know this. Married women know this. You know what I mean? Single women know this. Fat women know this. All women know that they can get a dude when we're talking about sex. They could get sex. Men want sex, right? So when they know it's hard, it's like they have a scarcity mindset. One-nightists, you hear these terms. They'll get a woman and they don't even care about vetting a woman. I just want to be with her. She's mine.
Sex. Okay.
So again, y'all need to understand and accept when we're talking about men, especially the bottom 80, they want sex. They want the Foxy Brown. This is why they're running to the red pill, to the manosphere in droves. How can I get sex? And a lot of these red pill dudes, shout out to Fresh and Fit. Them my dogs. You know what I mean? Myron and Fresh. Shout out to y'all, man. Again, congratulations on getting 1 million subs. Dudes be on their platform going in on the females on the show, calling them 304s, calling them hoes, calling them all kind of stuff, right? On the show, texting, super chat, and all that kind of stuff. And then at the same time, joining their OnlyFans. At the same time, still trying to get these chicks with no game, leading with their wallet, doing everything that the manosphere tells them not to do. They do it all the time. I've seen it. I've talked about it on this platform. I'm not only am I cool with Fresh and Fit, but I'm cool with the majority of the people who are part of the Fresh and Fit family.
Dusto, DL, do you know how many times I got to tell these guys when they ask me, because before I had the X5M, I had the BMW M6. And everybody, all the dudes are like, bro, I bet. I'm like, guys, these fast-ass cars, you know they don't attract any women, right? They attract other dudes. Oh my God, bro, is that the V8 twin turbo with the DCT engine? Oh my God, bro, what kind of fucking options? But women don't know what the fuck that is.
That is actually true. One of our best friends got a Corvette, and he said a couple of women told him they're scared to even talk to him because of them gold digger pranks.
Yeah, man, bro. When I got my BMW in Germany, my wife wasn't even impressed, bro.
Hold on, fellas.
Like cars don't mean shit.
Here's the thing: cars do mean shit. It just doesn't mean the same thing to women as it does to men. What does a nice car mean to a man? It gives him confidence, right?
Yeah, if I let you pull up, dust you at the light. That's about it.
No. If I let you pull up in a M850, you're gonna get out that car as a guy a certain way, as opposed to pulling up in a Toyota Prius. Right, it gives you that sense of.
But that's you operate different though.
But here's the thing: it goes back to what Brother Dusto was saying. It's the confidence. I got this whip because I want it. Fresh got a bunch of cars, right? Fresh don't need. Let me finish. Let me. Yeah,
because most guys, most people view cars as point A to point B. They don't view like cars is a waste of money.
Brother Taroos, you gotta let me finish. You gotta let me finish. Here's the deal.
My bad, man.
Here's the deal, because I get where you're coming from. You're mixing things up again, right? The guys who don't care about cars are the guys in the top 20 who are good with women because they know you can't bring your car into the club. You can't bring your car into the lounge. You can't. How many dudes have you seen at the bar putting their fucking BMW keychain down on the bar?
Nobody.
I seen a bunch of them because they leave with their wallet. Yes, that's the game. Yes. That's the game. So you ain't been in these trenches, bro. Nigga, what? You ain't been in these trenches, bro.
I can vouch for that.
Thank you.
What?
Thank you.
Yo,
I see it.
Fuck.
Yes, it is. Here's the thing. Go ahead, brother Dusto. I'm gonna let him go now. I'm gonna finish.
Here's the thing about leading with the wallet and red pill. I see a mix, so I can't blame red pill. There's what goes into the mouth, into the subconscious mind. If you ask somebody what's red pill, you'll hear these terms: high value man, top 10%, got money. These dudes ain't making no money. Successful. Indirectly, it goes in the back of the mind: success, money, top equals women. I don't hear very common the words communication, 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 appeal. And when they talk about appeal, they don't understand it's about smiling. It's about presenting yourself a certain way. All they hear is, you know, I'm a high value man, right? Hi, my name is Tony, high value man, top 10%.
Here's my keychain. Here's my keychain. Click. Here's the BMW, the Mercedes keychain.
I'm not saying red pill is saying this, but I'm saying it's going into the back of the people's minds.
Yo, how do they do that action at the bar? Do they like just slide it out their pants and then just casually put it on the table, or do they just like slam it on the bar?
Hear me out. Communication is lacking because they don't talk about it that much. How to talk to women, how to communicate and present yourself. They don't talk about it as much to red pill as they should. But what goes in the subconscious mind and some of the stuff that they're saying and how they're doing is people who think a certain way interpreting certain information. They're already mad, they're already traumatized, and they already got the box gloves ready to beat up the woman. Now someone want to take their wallet and do all it, and they want to do the same thing. But they're missing half of the message. Some of it kind of is on red pill because you're still responsible for what you say that's heard. Some of it responsible are the people who are actually doing the hearing. Because, bro, you didn't hear the whole story. And you're responsible because you could have picked a purple or blue or whatever kind of pill. You're responsible for getting the information and getting the results regardless. If you get what I'm saying.
Right. And here's the thing.
I want to just partially.
I want to get back to that point. There are guys who lead with their wallet. There are guys who will get these cars because it gives them confidence. I know dudes that can't holler at a chick unless he's sitting in his car. Parking lot pimping is a real thing that's been around forever. Right there, but when a dude has no game, like, bro, you can't drive your car up into the spot. So what are you gonna do, right? They have no game. Here's the thing with women, because I made the point about men wanting nice cars because it gives the man confidence. Here's the thing with women. Women expect certain things. If you're presenting yourself a certain way to the woman, and you got her thinking that you a big money guy, and you pull up in a Toyota Camry, right? You better have game. Because you've already sold this dream to her that you got it like that, right? And if you using that game, when you pull up in that Camry, it's a wrap, right? So same woman, if you came up to her and just kept it 100, like, hey, I'm just out here doing my thing, I got, whatever. You don't care about cars, but you got conversation, you're confident, right? You know how to get around her defenses. You know she's gonna give you enough time, and you've managed to win her over a little bit. Then it doesn't matter what you pull up in. She'll jump in that. She doesn't care about the car. You know what I mean? Women don't care about the car, but women will expect a certain thing. If you sell them a dream, they're going to expect this shit.
Okay, see, that's where I've always understood the car thing, DL. It was like, for example, like I've always assumed that women like the cars because it was just a sign of that you might have money, right? But like, because I'm seeing in the chat these guys mentioning they rides, and I'm like, I guarantee you, most women don't know what the specs of your engine are. They just see the badge,
thing, and right? that's starting to change too. There are a lot of women who are getting in the car. I got
there's a lot of car women, yeah, for sure.
There's a lot of car women out there. But here's the thing: the point is, again, these guys are doing what they think they must do in order to get sexual access. They're trying to drag themselves out of the bottom 80. That's what that revolves around. Someone like Fresh. They're like, oh, Fresh ain't got no game. He just uses the cars. Dude, he's been smashing chicks since he had a Camry, since he had a motorcycle, right? He got the cars for him. That's it. He got the cars for him. But again, you can't ride up. And then when people be like, like, hey, man, won't you put I had a dude once ask me why I never put my keys on the bar when I'm in the, when I'm in the club. If I drive in my Mercedes or BMW, whatever I'm driving, I'm like, because the valet got my keys, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, I valet, bro. I worked hard so I could, and I don't leave with my wallet.
I'm sorry, guys. I just, right now I'm blown. I just never once in my life thought about doing that shit in real life.
And Coach K is right. They put it, and look what Coach K says 100%. They put it next to their phone. It'll be the brand new iPhone, whatever. Again, this is part of their game. This is how they do it. I think it's hilarious. And I will use that against those dudes. It's player versus player. I'm on one side of the woman. He's on the other. He's trying to, push his keys around, and I'm cracking jokes. And guess who she going home with? the dude with game. She don't care about what kind of car I'm driving. She don't care about where I stay. So long as you come in the house and the place is nice and neat and clean and smells good, bro, a woman, we talked about that on some of my shows. Get a woman comfortable, boy, that's it. That's part of the game. But these dudes are doing whatever they think they need to do to get women, period. End of statement. It's hard to be a man. Now, there's a video I want to show about how hard it is to be a man. This was from Fresh and Fit. Let's see. We'll do this one. This is from Fresh and Fit, right? And this is Andrew Tate, who's on Fresh and Fit podcast. Actually, this episode was a good episode. This particular clip is like 7 minutes and 36 seconds. This is Andrew Tate talking about the plight of being a guy. This is really good. But later on in this episode, he talks about his grandmother. This is one of the clips I have out on my page. And this is the stuff that people don't clip about Andrew Tate. But let's watch this real quick, y'all. Check this out. This is gonna be great. Shout out to Fresh and Fit. Thanks for letting me use the clips, fellas. I appreciate it. So let's check this out.
I think most women can understand how lonely the majority of men are.
Yeah.
And you need to truly understand, if you're Joe Schmo, average in every way, in Starbucks working, you ain't getting a DM ever. You girls will never be lonely. As much as you might be unhappy with the possible suitors, you can at least out and flirt if you feel sad. Yeah. There are men out here in the world who have genuine loneliness. And I can prove this statistically. Why do you think it's all the men killing themselves compared to the women?
But could we blame this on lack of communication?
No, we're going to blame this. No. I'm just saying.
I'm just asking. I'm just very curious.
The men
He's telling you right now.
The men with absolutely zero partners, do you know what they try? They certainly try communication. They're trying. You're just ignoring their DMs.
Thirsty.
Trust me, they're trying communication.
Yeah.
The reason is that we have to understand we live in a world now. And we've always lived in a world where women have a natural inclination to align themselves with the top tier males. I can prove this to you. You see these chicks, they see a rapper in the club. They want to fuck with the rapper. Do you think they believe that rapper is loyal?
No,
they don't give a fuck. He's the Don. That's the game. It's always been the game. It still is the game. So when we're talking about how it's harder for men than women, we're talking about the vast majority of men. Because you women, because you're all beautiful and you're all smart, most of you only interact with top tier males. So you're like, well, I have these problems, but he has all these because he's a G. Most men ain't shit. You know that. If you think about it, most men ain't shit. Go walk down the high street. Tell me how many of them stand a chance with you. Usually fucking zero. Most men are desperately lonely. Desperately.
Yeah.
So you want to sit here and talk about the struggles of life as a woman. There are men out here. The male suicide rate is so many times higher than women for a reason.
4 times higher.
Life as an average man is brutally depressing. And I'll tell you something. I don't consider myself an average man. I'm a very successful man, right? I have a few genetic gifts. I've worked very hard. I have financial, not gifts. I worked for them, right? I've got accolades. I've got everything, right? My life's great. But life as an average man, Joe Schmo, is literally fucking horrible. And I don't think most women understand this, because you know what the biggest problem about being an average dude is?
What?
If you're an average dude and you work in KFC and you ain't shit and you get a chick, you know what the problem with that is? That means your chick is average dudes.
Bam.
So now everybody's competition.
Bam.
That motherfucker at McDonald's.
Why is everybody competition?
Because
You would have to stay within
What
your
if she's
standards.
in love
Can
with you
agree
and you're in
that?
love with her?
Because why would someone go above their standards or less
tell you,
than if they
I'm
don't
gonna tell you.
deserve that?
I'm going to tell you, when you're a big G, you're hard to replace.
Of course.
But if you're literally Joe Schmo, it's unfortunate, but it's true. You're relatively easy to replace.
But there are women in that. There's women.
Oh, you hear this, right? And that was a low blow there, Taroos. You be saying that shit like, oh, he took his money from women or women made money. That's a 4-time world champion kickboxer, bro. That man made millions of dollars. And here's the thing.
Money.
Here's the thing. You know what I mean? You take a lot of blows, like you take a lot of low blows at Tate, and like I believe is you hold him to your standard. I don't hold anybody to my standard. The guy, he said he borrowed money from people you don't want to be owing to, like the mafia, right? He paid them back. right? And when you talk about his cam girl business, I wouldn't run a cam. Yeah, it's a long story. I want to get into it. I don't want to run a cam girl business.
Imagine
Right?
giving a guy.
Wait.
props
Let
for
me
paying the
finish.
mob back.
Oh, he ran a cam
I'm gonna
girl.
give you. I'm gonna give you props for paying back the bank. I'm gonna give you props for paying back the mob. I'm gonna give you props for paying back the plug. Yeah, I understand, bro. I came from the streets. I know dudes that got fronted product, right? And if they messed up that product, they had to come up with that money. Now, these dudes that I know didn't go out and figure out a legal way to make said money. They went out and they hit licks to get that money. So I come from a different mindset. I know what dudes normally do when they owe this kind of bread, right? They gonna run up in somebody's house that had nothing to do with the situation, right? And it's gonna be what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Where it's at. I come from that world, so I can't knock somebody like Tate, who sat there and like, look at this business. They're making all this money, and he went on to make millions of dollars. Him and his brother doing this thing, and they continue to make money. I'm not saying he's a shining example of how you should get down, but if you look at the Rockefellers, if you look at the Kennedys, if you look at the Rothschilds, if you look at whoever has money today, it started out in the mud, literally doing illegal stuff. You know what I mean? So
yeah. This is what I saw, and I got a 3:30 meeting. I'm gonna drop off in a minute.
Okay.
Looking
Well, I give you your final thoughts right now, bro. Since you guys drop off.
Okay. Well, just saying, looking at that video, I see one dude on this. You know who I am? I have it all. I. But them dudes. This is my observation. And then the stuff that you say, I didn't even know that. Sex. I forgot what you just said. Some stuff he was doing.
Cam girl.
All that.
Cam girl stuff. Yeah, and it sounds like he borrowed some money from some dudes.
Then the girls are sitting across that table in a circle. I didn't hear anything and I didn't see anything. If I were there, that just ain't my environment. I'm walking out the door. Ain't nothing there for me. I know this. It wouldn't take me 5 minutes to know that. Doesn't matter with pills. I don't see wives. I don't see future dating husbands, none of that in there. So anything they say just ain't got nothing to do with somebody like me. I don't see it going anywhere, no matter what they do or what they say. That's not a shot. Also, I don't come from the street. That's just all I see. But in final thoughts, all I say is this. False narratives. There is no all dudes do this, all people do this. Red pill has dark holes. If red pill was perfect, everybody would be coming in there, coming out 3 months later getting married. And they're not. People hate each other. There are few people getting what they're getting and learning and growing. There are more people dusted, which isn't red pills necessarily their fault, because these dudes were dusted anyway. And they don't listen. So, I mean, it's a lot of different angles. And I ain't gonna hog the mic. That's pretty much all I got. But appreciate you.
And that's hey, plug, tell everybody where they can find you, bro. Where can people find you?
I can be found in the Dustosphere. All of you who hear all these serious conversations and the people yelling and flipping over tables, are you modern woman raw? My show is not that. We don't take anything serious. People who like trolling, come on over to the Dustosphere. You're all welcome. Black Men Unfiltered channel, Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I used to keep screwing up the time every time I'd be in the chat every week. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only 30 minutes. Yeah, I might hit you. I might swing the Avalon tonight if I can stay awake.
Shit, hit me up, bro. That's what's up. So, hey, that's what's up. Well, thanks for coming through, Brother Dusto, man. I appreciate it, man. We support the brother. We'll see you later, man. Support the brother. Let me turn off the final thoughts banner. Listen, y'all, and listen, like, and this is, I don't want to. Before the end of this show, I want to circle back to a lot of the comments and stuff about Andrew Tate. You know what I mean, right now, and about that business, about the cam business. Like, you're always sneaking those little, like I said, they're low blows.
We're going to talk more broad about what he said, though, right?
But yes, let's get back to what he was talking about just now, right? Tate was talking about how hard it is for men out there, right? And I have to agree with him. You know, women don't truly understand, nor should they. Why would you care, ladies, how hard it is for a guy out there, right? You want to get the best dude. And what Tate was saying about, if you got a woman, if you a dude who's working at McDonald's dropping fries, and your girl, you got a girl, she's a baddie, right? And she's with you. It's like you said, that means she'll smash anybody who average, right? You are in competition with the whole world. And if you might have that woman who's like, this is the best man I could get. I love and cherish and respect this man. She'll never cheat on you, right? But if she doesn't see you as the best she can get, if you're not that dude, she is moving on to the next guy. And that is what I tell these young guys, bro. You got to level up. And don't be mad if you ain't that dude and she moves on. If I pull up in the M850 at McDonald's and she working the drive-thru window and she give me that look, bro, I'm getting her number. Especially if she fine like that. Do you think I care her boyfriend just made my fries? I don't care about that. That's not my problem. It's player versus player. So go ahead, Brother Taroos.
So Andrew Tate, for the most part, was correct. But you know there's a but coming. This
Always
gets back to where I talk about we end up having some of the same facts, but then coming up with wildly different conclusions. And Andrew Tate is like, I don't know if it's just like he's my sworn enemy just because we look like cousins. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Shit, y'all might be cousins. You know he was born in the Midwest.
When he says he's the suicide rates, you know, in our community, specifically in the vetted, that's a big fucking deal. Like, so when he's talking about suicide rates just amongst the population as a whole as men, that's a serious conversation, right? When he's talking about how hard it is for men as far as dating and even attracting women, yes. But then you use an example of rappers in the club, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, bro. You know how many badass women avoid the VIP lounge like the buddy? And this is what I mean, like politically. This is like when I argue with conservatives about politics, and then I'd be like, give me an example. And they'd be like, yeah, you know about Pizzagate, right? Hillary and them. I'm like, bro, that's not, wait, you're using this as an example? You know, and so this is the problem. It's you're speaking on real issues, but then when the examples you point up, Andrew Tate, the examples they point out is fringe as fuck. We're like McDonald's, KFC, the women at the fucking VIP lounge. You know how few percentage that is? A lot of women from 6, 7s, 8, and 9s are avoiding them areas like the plate because they know what kind of dudes try to hang around the VIP area because of the dudes that's in the VIP area.
But here's the thing: what you're saying is not 100% correct. What you're saying, if you're talking about that environment in a club or a bottle service in a lounge or wherever you are on a beach, women are going to be drawn to the guys who present as if they have a lot of money, right? And like you said, they do know innately. Women know if I'm gonna talk to Chris Brown or I'm gonna talk to Future or I'm gonna talk to Jay-Z, that dude's not gonna be loyal. That guy's not going to be monogamous. They understand that.
Right. But don't use those women as an example then, right?
But the argument is this. To a certain extent, all women have that in them. Now, there are women who have men who they're just simply not going to go out. Right? And that's the biggest pushback you get in today's world. If you're a husband and you tell your wife, man, I'm not cool with you going out tonight. What do you mean I can't go out? It's like, if I'm with a woman in a committed relationship and she wants to go out to the club every week, right? The third time she goes out, when she comes home, I'm not there. All my stuff is gone. It's over. I'm filing for divorce. If we're married, this is over. You obviously don't want to be committed to our relationship. Well, I just like to dance. You want to go out without me to your thing. Go do it. I ain't mad at you, but obviously, because I don't want to go out. I want to be home with you. So that's when it's like, you got to go. This is the kind of stuff that the red pill teaches. And if you go, like when you go into a club environment or you go whatever, I can't tell you how many times, and I bet you understand this too. You probably heard the same thing. You go to a club, you see a woman who looks very elegant. You go up there and you talk to her, you run your game, and she'll tell you, I don't normally go out. Maybe she's telling the truth. Maybe she's telling you the truth. You know what I mean? And then 3 hours later, she's back at your place or in the hotel room saying, I don't normally do this. Right? I'm sure you've heard those words, bro. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I was the one getting gamed on. Like, I thought I was doing the playing and I was getting played. I'm pretty sure this happened to you too, right?
And here's the thing. And my point being is, a lot of times, I would say 1 out of 3 times, a third of the time, the woman was telling the truth. She didn't go to the club a lot. She was out with her friends who were kind of loose like that. They encouraged her to go out. She was in a relationship, right? And she was unhappy with her dude. That's why she left him at home in the first place. And she knew what she was doing when she hollered at me. I never heard from her again. You know what I mean? So
this goes back to the insecurity argument or debate we had yesterday, because I was trying to tell these guys, You see, even you, DL, you know better than to always act upon your insecurities. Because guess what, fellas? I be trying to get my wife to go the fuck out with her friends at night, so I could turn my fucking techno music up. You know what I mean? I be trying to get my, especially when we were still living in Germany. Man, I told my wife to go kick it with her friends, go on the girls trip. She went on a marriage trip in Virginia with her friend who got married by herself. You want to know why? Because I'm not worried. Because it says it's always going to say something more about me, that I'm worried that there's a guy who can actually take my wife away from me. That means I know there's something internally that I fucked up bad. Because I'm sorry, bro.
And
like,
if
somebody takes my wife, it's going to be shocking. Some of these dudes, they get their wife or their girl taken, and they're not even shocked.
That's why I profoundly disagree with what you just said. You want your wife to, now here, everyone's situation is different.
I have a social
right?
life, yeah.
Everyone's situation is different. But I would if someone were to ask me, hey, yo, Uncle Saint, I'm thinking about telling my wife, whatever, to go out with her girls and da. And I'm like, and your wife wants to do it? I'm like, bro, you got a problem. You got a problem. But I'm just saying, when you talk about the broad picture, just like when you got to speak for, you know what I mean? I got to solve for X. Generally speaking, that is a problem. Right?
I feel it, man. I just think it's different, bro. I think the majority of women aren't like that. Like, I'm sorry, dog. When my wife goes out or her friends want to go, I'll be like, yo, y'all need a ride? I'll call me if y'all need to pick up. Because guess what I'm doing? As soon as they out the house too, and like the girls going to sleepover, I either invite the boys or I got the techno music.
All I'm saying is this, bro. All I'm saying is there was a time in my life, once upon a time, where I would see the dude pull up and all the women jump out, right? And the car drives off and the girls go into the club, and then the one comes back and jumps in my car, and we got 2 hours to do whatever we gonna do. And I gotta have her back at that club with a whole bunch of little me's swimming around in her. And she gets back into the car with her husband and they drive off. And you know what? Ignorance is bliss. The husband never knew. When it comes to cheating and doing this sort of thing, right, women are best at it. Now, I'm not saying that all women do it, but all women can. If they want to, they can plan. Right? So all I'm saying is this. That is not, dude, I'm not sending my, plus it's just the dangers associated with sending a group of women into a nightclub. Shit can go sideways.
The problem is that insecurity applies literally to every aspect. I could be like, yo, I can't send my girl to Target because some dude might snatch her up. I can't let my wife go to work because some dude would snatch her up. I can't let her go to school because some dude's going to. It's like, this is the problem. Your insecurities are make it seem like the moment your girl is out of your eyesight, it's a problem.
Dude, I hear what you're saying, but going to it's all about mitigating, you know what I mean, these issues, right? I want to mitigate the danger, right? It's not as dangerous. Yeah, you can go to Target, you can go to a grocery store, and it could be an active shooter event, right? And boom, your wife was there, she got caught like up in that, and that's a horrible thing. It could happen, right? But encouraging your wife to go to a nightclub, bro, without you. How many fights have you seen in a nightclub? You know what I mean? You know when she goes in there, your wife is beautiful, whatever. And I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about in general. Just if you got a beautiful woman, you sending her out. Why are you doing that? Why not be with her? You know what I mean? I don't understand that. Like,
or why can't you do both? Why can't you go out with your girl and then sometimes she can go out with her friends, just like you go out with your friends? Why can't you?
It's fine if she wants to go out with her friends. If she wants to go out with her friends, that's fine. Like I said, but if it's a thing that I want to go out with my friends all the time, I'm leaving that situation.
Yeah,
I don't want to be in that
time,
situation.
Obviously, but
I'm leaving that situation like that. Like, bro, that's something that I won't. You know what I mean?
For
that
sure,
I can't co-sign.
These dudes won't even let their girls outside. Sometimes this is the problem. Like,
that's where we differ. I'm not talking about them dudes. I'm not talking about them dudes. Right? I'm not talking about them. I know you're talking about. I'm not talking about them dudes. And again, when that does happen, I put it on the woman. You chose him. That's the dude you chose. So it's like, deal with it. Red pill stuff. But going back to what Tate was saying, he's absolutely right, man. It is really difficult for men compared to women.
I agree with that. I agree.
You know what I mean? And again, and another thing I want to say about Tate, and then we'll bring this thing home. Another thing I want to say about Tate. They say that he is a misogynist, right? And misogyny is the contempt or hatred of women. They say that Andrew Tate hates women, right? I'm watching this clip. I've been in a room with Tate, right? I've seen all this.
You okay?
You know what I mean? I got you on mute, bro. Whenever you're ready, just hit the mute back. And I've been with Andrew Tate. I can say this 100%. The man does not hate women. And if you watch this video, we're going to play this a little bit more of this video. Andrew Tate, if he hated women, why would he be so patient with these women? Why would he be taking his time and making his points and like eagerly trying to educate or school or give, you know what I mean, drop game on these women? You know what I mean? Like, what if he hated women? Why would he take his time with these women? Especially these women, like we're talking about on the Fresh and Fit platform. You know what I mean? So now I would put forth that he does not hate women. I would definitely put forth that.
We're gonna watch. Daughters got home and started screaming at each other, dog. Jeez.
Hey man, that's how I get down, bro. You know what I mean? And I'm just trying to catch up and show all the chats. You know, I thank you guys so much for rocking with us. We're about to bring this home, but I did want to talk about, like I said, like Brother Taroos has a problem with Andrew Tate. Like, and I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I want to say it boils down to you just don't like the man.
I don't like how he moves in life. I don't like him. I don't like how he moves. I don't like how he operates. I don't like the shit he says.
Right. So, and I think that a lot of that will cloud any like this topic right here. You agree with what he's saying, but it's just like, I hate that he's saying it, right?
Yeah, he's not saying anything that I haven't heard before, though. You know what I mean? That's why it's so easy to dismiss him. He hasn't said anything profound or new.
But here's the thing: none of this stuff is new, but these people just don't know it. It's coming away from that Disney mentality.
It's like Trump. It's the cult of personality. People are addicted. The information's not new, but they're addicted and enamored with him and how he moves and how he operates. That's why he gets the clout for saying fucking Captain Obvious shit.
He doesn't just get the clout for saying, like, he's a very charismatic guy, right? He's like, you know, he's very entertaining. But this stuff is oh no, again, the cam, there was absolutely nothing illegal about the cam business.
Nope.
Nothing.
Immoral,
and
shady.
Who cares? I don't hold people to my standard, my morality standard. Who cares? Think of the stuff that we did as soldiers for the United States Army. We fucked some shit up. I will argue worse. You never know. Dude, we may have been on missions where we were providing cover for dudes who were participating in human trafficking. We don't know that. We might have been running missions providing cover for people.
Covering heroin poppy fields in Afghanistan. You know what I mean? But
that's what I'm saying,
bro. That's there's a difference between, and there shouldn't be, but there's a difference between taking orders and then voluntarily moving yourself and getting caught up in this shit.
All I'm saying,
man.
Oh, go ahead. This is why what?
This is why I be trying to tell you, DL. Like, let's stop acting like he just started the cam business out of nowhere. There is a reason why he started it. He started it out of desperation because, in his own words, if he didn't get this amount of money fast, dangerous people wanted his head. So the only reason he even came up with the idea of the cam business was because he needed money fast and all the other legit ways wasn't fast enough. And so, again, I'm going to question somebody who owes money to the mob. And then I'm going to question why you couldn't just do some shit that only involved you. You needed to get a hand group of females and fucking manipulate them. Again, legal. I guess manipulation isn't illegal. Whatever. You started a cam business. It was legit, but whatever. You started the cam business out of desperation because you owed money to the wrong fucking people. And this is why I push back the hardest, because you keep saying paid off the mob like that's a fucking accomplishment. Once you don't, everyone knows. It's funny that we always talk about genetics and everything that is, because it looks like primitively everyone knows that once you enter the mob, there's only one way out. Once you start fucking with the mob, there's only one way you get out. And so all of a sudden, I'm supposed to believe that he wasn't involved with the mafia while he was in the cam business.
all of a sudden, I'm supposed to believe he wasn't involved with the mafia when he was in Romania. Even though he's on camera admitting that, yeah, I probably was mafia. I guess I got people that I could go hit. He literally admits to being mafia. He hangs out with the mafia. He acts like a mafia. But I guess if it walks like a duck, quack like a duck, it's probably not a duck.
But by that logic, then I'm a drug dealer. By that logic.
Bro, guess what? Hey, you could be a drug dealer. I got more respect for you than if you human trafficked a woman. Guess what?
But by that, I mean, and here's the thing: human trafficking is horrible, but drug dealing and tobacco, like legal tobacco and alcohol, those are horrific things too. More people die from that than anything else. Hell, more people die from religion than anything else in our society, man, in our existence. So no, bro. Again, I look at it a different way, bro. You know what I mean? Like I said. The guy, you said, well, he was probably in bed with the mom. I don't think so. If he was in bed with the mom making that kind of money, that business would still be up and running. And the fact that he's been taken into custody, it might come out. If it comes out in fact that they were doing what he's accused of, right? Andrew Tate should never breathe another breath of free air ever. He should be locked up forever. In fact, that's what he said. He like anybody who does this sort of thing, they should face the most harsh penalty that we have. Right? That's what Tate said.
That's like what Trump said, that if he wins the election, he's going to release his tax returns, and then he never did. People say a lot of things.
Yeah, they finally clawed them out. People say a lot of things. But I'm just saying the point is, if he did, in fact, commit these crimes and they got him, it is what it is. But like I said to you,
I agree, Dio, but I want to be very clear, and I need to push back, and it just needs to be said. You and Heyoka specifically, what did y'all say when this dropped? Hey, well, if he's released in 24 hours, are you going to come back on here and admit you was wrong? Where do we currently stand right now?
Yeah, he got a 30-day remand. He got a 30-day remand.
Is he going to come up here and say he was wrong? Probably not.
No, I do. Like I said, I said it on like if he's guilty of this, then he should face the full force of the law. Now that more information is out, I'm telling you, bro. Like, I did the show. It's like, man, it's a lot of this stuff that make you scratch your head. This all stems. We're not going to get into that. What it all stems into. But here's the thing: he's got a 30-day hold. That's how their legal system works. If he were here in America, he would have been out on bail in a matter of hours because our system works differently. And according to the people who work within the Romanian legal system, they said it. They're like, it doesn't mean he's guilty. All it meant is that the prosecution was able to convince a judge that we need to hold him for an additional, not just a flight risk, we need to hold him for an additional 30 days. So it was like the max they could keep him is 30 days.
The DCIOT or whatever they're called, the agency that conducted the raid, that is, for everyone not aware, that is about the American equivalent of the FBI or U.S. Marshals raiding your shit.
It is like it is their organization that handles their organized crime. Is a very
human
high
trafficking
profile
and terrorism specifically.
And yeah, or all their organized crime, like all sorts of stuff that goes on over there. Again, we're talking about it. Would this have happened in America? No. With the evidence that they have right now, no way they would have signed off on an affidavit in this country. Just not enough, especially on a case that was already like shot down 8 months prior. It just wasn't enough.
Many people self-snitch on themselves with the RICO charges. I don't know if I can agree with that.
And here's the thing:
even dudes who cannot stop self-snitching.
Dudes and a RICO is another thing. That's another reason why America is so bad. If it weren't for RICO, most people who are currently in jail wouldn't be locked up right now. They use RICO to put pressure on people to force them to snitch and sometimes lie on people that they want. That's the problem with RICO. Again,
sometimes they got these guys live streaming on Facebook and they showing that in court, like, "Hey, this you?"
Yeah, that's just these people just do some dumb shit. Yeah. Now, when Tate talks about the stuff that he talks about, there's nothing he talked about that was illegal. There's nothing illegal about having multiple passports. They're all legal. There's nothing illegal about the cam business. It was legal. There was nothing illegal about any of this stuff that he was talking about. And this whole thing, he's right now in jail because of a person who allegedly claimed that she was being held against her will at his property, and we know that was a lie.
All right, so now we're gonna see what the facts are, because again, Andrew Tate says one thing, these people, the woman that said to the embassy plus the other women are saying another thing, and I'm just looking at how this man is operated, who he just got raided by, The fact that in his own words, he said he moved from Romania from the UK because the sex laws were loosened in Romania. I mean, God, I can't ignore that.
He did not. That's not. He did not say the sex
Bro, yes,
laws
he
were
did.
loose.
Yes,
No, he
he
didn't.
did.
What he said was, and I mean, he's been on multiple platforms, but what he said on Fresh and Fit, he was like, the Romanian police said that what happened to you in London could not happen here. That's
Why
what
can't
they
you
said.
use other interviews as well, not just Fresh and Fit though?
Because I haven't seen those. Those are interviews that I saw. I haven't seen. I saw it in its entirety. Everything else are just clips.
Right.
That's
but
why
see,
I always
the thing,
reference.
like Andrew Tate. There's a whole interview of him admitting how he got into the can business, why he fucking said, like, other than Fresh and Fit. You see, I'm not just using Fresh and Fit. I'm using the whole scenario here.
Here's the thing. I use the information that I saw in its entirety. The video that I'm talking about, the Fresh and Fit video, was a 3-hour stream. I watched that 3-hour stream. The whole stream wasn't about.
Just from this talking point, though.
So so I'm not gonna speak on a clip that I saw because you're talking about a clip I haven't seen, and I want to see the entire thing. People send me clips all the time. Here's a 45-second clip. Here's a minute clip. Here's one 15 seconds. I'm like, well, why are they even having this conversation? What led to this conversation? Where's the whole thing? Oh, I can't find the whole thing. Well, send me the whole thing and then I'll speak on it. I'm not going to talk about.
Just so you understand, I'm always going to be talking about Tate from the aspect of how he operates, like his actual actions. Like yesterday, what I admittedly did wrong was, I know you, like I'm trying to do now, like just focus on the talking point. I just couldn't do it, but it's just really hard with a guy like him because, again, mafia, can business, and then there's, again, I know it's not illegal, bro, but just getting involved with can business and getting women to do that kind of shit is just not the kind of dudes I would run with in my circles. I'm just saying. I'd rather be around hardcore drug dealers than human.
And I've been around hardcore drug dealers. I've been around guys who own strip clubs. Right there, guys who are out here do these things. And then people are like, oh, morally, I wouldn't do that. Well, shit, neither would I. You know what I mean? But they're doing it, and what they're doing is legal. Just as legal as it is selling cigarettes. Bro, he's being accused. Well, we're going to see. We got what? They got another what, 3 weeks to prove it or do whatever they're going to do. We know this guy's getting out.
They got him on the gun charge.
No, not necessarily. We don't know how their weapons laws are in Romania. We don't know.
You can pull them up right now.
Bro, I don't understand that. And I went looking for shit, bro. It's really sketchy when you start finding these stuff. Like, I found some pages they talk about Romanian law, and it's like, bro, I can't see this shit. I don't see it.
Can I give you a quick rundown? I know I would want you to do the research, but can I just give you a quick rundown, right?
Go ahead.
So, folks, in a lot of places in Europe, their gun laws are almost non-existent, right? So, for example, in Romania specifically, an average everyday person is not allowed to carry a lethal firearm. They're only allowed to carry a weapon that shoots rubber bullets. The only people that are allowed to carry firearms are firearm coaches, people who own a range, which I think is one of the excuses he's trying to use right now, but none of the guns is registered his name, so it's going to be dicey. But anyway, unless you're private security, a member of the police, or you're a member of a sanctioned gun club, you are not allowed as a Romanian citizen to own a lethal firearm. What did we see in the police raid videos? At least one firearm with a whole bunch of bullets all over the shit, right? He might get caught up on the sword charges because you're not allowed to have any lethal weapons either, which he got a couple. Those shits won't stick. I wouldn't stick them because that's small bullshit. The weapons charge, and then the big fact of we got the human trafficking aspect. You got the big fact of he's already has ties to the mob. You had the big fact of he's already admitted, at least in his own words. And so this is the thing, DL. Yes, I would love to. I keep telling people I would love to believe that he's not committing human trafficking. But the way he operates, and right now, there's at least a country and a whole human trafficking, domestic terrorism, anti-terrorism group who's taking that shit seriously. And they ain't American. It ain't me. It ain't DL. It ain't JT.
So here's the
I mean?
thing.
Somebody's taking it
Let's
seriously.
let's talk about the gun thing, right? And Brother Smith was just saying his house is classified as a fire range, like a gun range.
Have y'all seen
So here's the
that
thing.
villa? You think that's a fire range?
Here's the thing. We're talking about Romania. Let me ask you this. If you and I lived in Romania, let's say we lived in Romania and we were worth $500 million, would it be difficult for us to get the legal documentation necessary to have firearms in our home?
Absolutely not. And that's why Andrew Tate is such a moron, because, I actually talked to because, my wife grew up born and raised in Germany, so they talk a lot. My wife said yesterday, you know how stupid you got to be to get arrested in Romania for human trafficking, the #1 human trafficking place in Europe? You have to, Romania is so corrupt that you literally got to go out of your way to fucking get arrested. And when you get arrested, especially as a foreigner, they're going to make an example out of you.
Now let's stop and pause there for a moment. What your wife says makes a whole lot of sense to me. So you said because Romania is so corrupt, right? We all agree like there's an element of corruption, how bad it is, whatever. So let me ask you this.
Let's be clear, it's bad.
Let me ask you this. If a government or a very wealthy organization, again, me and you living in Romania, we got $500 million, $250 million each. We're living in Romania. We've been doing our thing. If a government or someone with deeper pockets than ours wanted to get us arrested on some possible charges, maybe human trafficking, maybe ties to organized crime, maybe gun charges, could they do that? Could they use their influence to make that happen in Romania?
In Romania, no, because those guys are literally paying the most tax money. The Romanian government literally is in league a lot of the times with the mafia, with the Andrew Tates. So a lot of the times when people got to understand, when you get caught up in some of these shady Eastern European countries, that means not only did you piss off the wrong people, that means you did some shit that even the locals couldn't look past.
Here's my thing.
This is the problem that people need to understand here.
Here's my thing.
Okay.
Let me get this in real quick, and I'll let you finish cooking.
Yeah.
I understand that Romania is corrupt, and I understand that money can make the wheels turn really, really well. And Andrew Tate is there greasing the wheels from the bottom up. I think someone with bigger pockets, and I don't think it's a group. It might be a group, but I think it's a government. I think a government has come in with massive pockets that's working from the top down. Everyone's greasing the wheels. But when you're working from the bottom up, the beat cop can only do so much for you. But when you're working from the top down, you know what I mean? Like when you're talking about the top prosecutor in Romania is on this case. You know what I mean? So when you're working from the top down, and we're talking about a place that you can make the wheels move with money, and I'm just tinfoil hat on, if someone wanted to make an example of the Tate brothers, Romania is the one country in which it could be done. And I argue that fact because there is absolute influence coming from somewhere that's putting downward pressure on the Tate boys. And the Tate boys, again, their money is from the bottom up. So they're kind of like, well, shit. So what's going to happen? We have to wait and see. So go ahead and finish your point.
See, here's the thing, DL. My conspiracy is way more deeper than yours because you guys think this is a government sanctioned thing. Guys, our government has proven that if we really want to go get somebody, we get somebody. You know what I mean? Like if we wanted Andrew Tate, if the US government or the UK government wanted Andrew Tate, they could have been yanked his ass up. My conspiracy is unfortunately a lot more realistic and a hell of a lot worse.
The U.S. government could not yank up. Wait. Go back to that real quick. Go back to that. You said if the U.S. government wanted to, they can pick up Andrew Tate. Yeah. I don't think they could. Where would they do it, and how would they do it? I think if the U.S. government is involved, this is the best way to get at Andrew Tate, right? You use a government like Romania. You use the money to get him where he's gonna get, and you use your influence to get him kicked out of Romania. Right, they kick him out of Romania. The UK won't take him, and now he has to go to the US because he's a US citizen, and that's when you got him.
You don't is because Romania is still heavily influenced by Russia, and so they're not like tight allies like a lot of Western. So we guys got to understand international like geopolitical things right now. The United States and Romania have a partnership, but right now it's sort of similar to Turkey. You got there are a lot of close ties to Russia and Ukraine, and not necessarily Ukraine, but a lot of like Russian mafia and things like that. And so with Romania, this is why my conspiracy is unfortunately real and worse, because in Romania, most likely Andrew Tate got the Romanian government after him because one of the members of the mob ordered the hit. Because Andrew Tate pissed off somebody with actual deep pockets like him, except they got ties to the government to be like, hey, go pick this up. He's fucking with our money. That's typically how it goes down with Eastern Europe. Mob using the government to go get other mobsters. Guys, you see that in Italy all the time. Just literally go click up Italian news. They do that all the time. It's the mafia using the government to go get other mob members.
And I'm with you, right? Because I said there's an entity behind this. It might be a government, it might be a group. So I'm with you. If you're telling me right. It's like the Tate brothers did something to the mob that messed up something with the mob, and this is how they want to go after him, I see that. Okay, I get that. But wouldn't it be something that's a little more shored up? I mean, because this right here, this whole case hinges on what, 4, maybe 6 women that no one knows who they are, no one knows where they are. They already said that these women aren't, some of them are American, some are from Moldova. I don't think there's any women that are Ukrainian involved. Romanian involved in this. So it's like, wouldn't you shore them up? Wouldn't you hit them on some tax stuff?
As far as the people that he's associated with. Because we got to remember, a lot of these times, like, we got to think about these. So again, this is why I said the FBI and the U.S. Marshals, because the equivalent in any country, you know this, DL, especially in a broke country like Romania, they ain't got the resources, so they better be fucking either the conspiracy better be tight as fuck or the evidence better be tight as fuck.
Or somebody is paying for it. Someone paid for this 8-month investigation, and that's what I'm saying.
But what I'm saying is, like, with the Andrew Tates, this is why I said this is a problem, because most likely, even with the conspiracy, that is somebody, a mafia. Once again, this is an example of him being involved with the wrong people from the jump. There's no way you could, because if the conspiracy just stays at the government, then you got a point. But if the conspiracy is that it's other mob people that he finally ticked the fuck off, and now they're using their puppets in the Romanian government to go after him, then isn't that just more of an example of how shitty he is as a person? That he's involved with that level of corruption?
No, I'm not going to say that. But because here's the thing: when you get to a certain level, you got to deal with these kind of people. In American politics, if you get to a certain level of American politics, you're dealing with some really bad people. Let's talk about FTX.
That's fine. If you want to move like that, that's fine. But you have to be like. But I could criticize you. You get what I mean?
No, it's fine. You can criticize.
If Tate wants to move like that, fine. But I could also call him a scumbag.
I mean, that's fine. We got elected officials right now in the U.S. Congress who are being looked at for prostitution with minors.
Yep.
Think about that. We've had people that do. We got all sorts on both sides of the aisle. So to your point, if you get far enough in the system, you're going to be working with these dudes. You're going to be working with the cartel people. If not directly, you're going to be sharing attorneys who work with the cartel people. You're going to be taking cartel money, right? You're going to be taking organized crime money, right? You're going to be taking that scam money, like from FTX as an example. Right. Bernie Madoff, how much money did he have?
I know that, but I don't know why.
And that's in America.
Defend that.
I'm not defending it. I'm just saying, again, I'm a zeros and one kind of guy.
Yeah.
You're like Andrew Tate, bad. I'm like the system, bad. The system is bad, period. And back to Tate.
Andrew Tate is bad is because our young men are listening to him. It goes back to why, you and I talk.
Young men are listening to Donald Trump. They're listening to Donald Trump. Young men are listening to Bill Clinton. They're listening to Bill Clinton. Bad. So again, and I hold these young men. And here's the thing. If someone gives my daughter bad information, right, I'm the filter. I sit down, I talk to my daughter. No, this is not right. Nope, that's wrong. This is that. Let's look it up. Boom. My daughter has leadership in her life. My daughter has a dad. There are a lot of men out there with no leadership. These young boys have no leadership. I'm not worried about little boys running around talking about top G stuff. You know what I mean? Just like I wasn't worried about little boys running around talking about their Hulk Hogan. You know what I mean? I wasn't worried about that kind of stuff. That's how I see it. You know what I mean? So what's going on with this guy right now in Romania is it's like, okay, this is real stuff. They can't just pop him. You just can't clip him. He's too big. So it's like you got to bring him down somehow. And that's what we're looking at. I'm like, wow. And he talks about this Matrix stuff, and he talks about all this kind of stuff. And he says, hey, people have come to me. They want me to shut up. He spends the majority of his time talking about the 1%. He talks about how the game is rigged. He talks about how to move, you know what I mean, today. That's what he talks about. And there's a lot of stuff he talks about that people don't like. Most people, you haven't heard most of the stuff that he really talks about.
There's so many people who talk about that who aren't involved in the cam business. There's so many people who talk about these sort of things who aren't getting arrested in Romania for human trafficking. Like, can't we have a limit? Can't we have like a some sort
I'm
of
not the moral police, bro. I don't care what you do. Again, he didn't do anything illegal. And I guess that'll be our biggest pushback. We're gonna do final thoughts for you, bro, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. But this was a great conversation. Y'all know we're gonna talk some more about this, y'all. Not just this, but other stuff. I love having Brother Taroos on. It's good that he's brave enough. You know what I'm saying? He's a real man. He's gonna come out here with his real face, no fucking emoji, and he's gonna say what he says, and he's gonna stand on it. And I always respect that. You know what I mean? Fellow soldier. I mean, he's a leg, but whatever. We'll get past all that. So let's move into final thoughts here, bro. And remember, not just on Brother Tate, but what we were talking about with Red Pill. You know what I mean? What are your final thoughts on that? Let me ask you this. Is the manosphere a necessity? Is it needed?
Yes. And this is what a great question. And again, thank you for having me on your panel. Like, bro, this is, once again, you broke my reality, especially with the whole, I really legitimately did not know guys was actually putting their keys. Well, we got a lot of work to do. But hey, that's what I'm here for. So yes, the manosphere is absolutely necessary. I understand, again, I think you guys I understand what the red pill concept is. I firmly believe that most young men involved in the red pill community are currently receiving bad information. There are good players in the red pill community. Unfortunately, there's way too much bad to give credence. There were good Germans during 1930s Germany. What did they do to stop the Nazis? Absolutely fucking nothing. There's good people in the red pill community. What are they currently doing to stop the toxicity of the Andrew Tates? Absolutely nothing. This is why I exist, because if the red pill community did push back and did police their community and were acting like the moral police and were, protecting a village, then I'd still be a broken vet in the shadows, not on camera right now, because I wouldn't be worried about the state of society. But because there's too many guys who want to, hey, that's someone else's problem. Well, guess what? Like it or not, folks, I'm going to make it mine. That's my final thoughts.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up, y'all. So that's Brother Taroos, everybody. Shout out to him. Brother Taroos, you talking about starting your own channel, man. You want to announce that now, or you want to wait a little bit before you even talk about that? And where can people find you?
Hey, y'all guys just look me up on Taroos. You can always just click on that, and I got a YouTube channel. I don't be doing shit but just gaming with the homies. I'm gonna start making more content videos because DL, like I told you, I understand the whole dating thing. The dating issue is a big problem with men, and that's why I'm here. But I don't really like talking about relationships and that kind of shit. You get what I mean? Like I'm 15 years into marriage. I like talking about barbecue grills and fucking modern rides and shit like that. But politically, I'm more interested in talking about structured things. Like family court is something I'm interested in talking about, right? So I might make a video of that. I think you remember, I'm a big proponent of the failures of the Reconstruction era of our federal government. We need that because our young men right now lack a foundation. And that's what's leading to a lot of these problems. A lot of these problems aren't even social or emotional. A lot of these problems are stemming from structural shit that hasn't been addressed in decades. And that's the kind of content that I'm going to focus on, more political stuff. But like I said, and like I told you before, and I'm going to tell you on public, you need to send that thumbnail because I'm going to be repping all my fucking brothers on the intro videos and all that. All y'all do to inspire me and everything. So I need that thumbnail, sir.
So I appreciate you coming on, man. I'm gonna drop you down for a second, man. One more time. Well, get the horn for brother Taroos, man. You drop you down, player. So hey man, we had a good one here. Man, Dre, I'm sorry, bro. I just saw you looking for the link. I just sent it to you. I don't know if you still at the crib, but if you still want to jump on for a hot second, I'll drag this out for a couple minutes just to see if you want to get on, you know what I mean, on this real quick. In the meantime, I'm gonna go into a couple chat. There was some really good points made here in chat, y'all. Like for real. And I want to run through some of these. I got about like 10 or so that I was reading. And I'm going to try to read these, just give Mandrew a little time to see if he wanted to pop in and say a couple words, and then I'm out. Miss A.K.A. was saying earlier in the show, way early in the show, there are a ton of women who just want a peace and appreciation. You know, we had read that earlier, and there are women out there who do want peace and appreciation, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? And she was saying that, however, most men are told these women don't exist. The more they will treat. Let me see. I don't have my glasses on. They don't exist. The more they will treat all women like gold diggers and 304s. That's not good. That's not good for either side. I'm sorry, y'all, because I removed it on my platform. I had to read it off this little screen right here, and I'm like struggling. Yeah, Uncle Saint, he wears glasses. I ain't bring him up here with me. Brother Doug made a good message here, good point here. He's like, DL, there's 12 and 13-year-olds who are listening to some of these guys getting bad information. They're too young to distinguish what's bad information. That's a good point. And that's what really got Tate in trouble. When Tate hit Twitch, and Twitch is mostly young boys, you know what I mean, kids. And they started getting that message. So you're absolutely right. I see you back there, brother man. I'm gonna pull you up here in 1 second. I just want to catch up on a couple more of these. Sister Fowler was saying something that I don't hear discussed much is the big difference between risk avoiding men and that takes them away. Hey, dudes are logical, man. They're gonna look at something. You know what I mean? Like if they know they can get wrecked doing something, they're gonna run away from it. So you know, these guys are looking at what's going on, the whole good guy versus bad guy. They look at what's going on with family court. They look at, you know, 50% of marriages end in divorce. Dudes look at this sort of stuff, man. So I wanted to bring Brother Mandrell, man. I know you wanted to come up, and I know this is unorthodox, but let's just bring you up for your final thoughts on all this, bro.
No problem. I just walked in the door, man. I've been listening while I've been out and about running errands. I'm sorry I missed this is one I would have liked to have been on, but you caught me while I was out. You went online when I was stepped out, man. I apologize for being so late.
It's all good.
But thank you for having me. This is a very interesting, and a lot of details came out in this whole thing with Andrew Tate. I didn't know about his connections to, you know, people who loan money and things like that. And this whole thing with the corruption of the Romanian government, I'm like, y'all not connecting the dots? It's just the way my mind works now because of my former profession, and it never leaves you. My thing is this, Don. It's like, DL, if I wanted to get to you, all I have to do is get you in jail. That's it. How many fights break out in jail?
Right.
Okay. I mean, I can put someone on somebody's commissary or give them some kind of leniency, and then, you know, they have a shank and no more Tate, right? If I wanted to get to you and not be implicated myself, then all I have to do is get you in jail. And then, you know, obviously there are people behind this, because why would you want to hold him for 30 days? And I'm looking at this whole thing like, this isn't human trafficking. You know what I mean? When I look at what was the evidence they had, I was like, this is not even human trafficking, because these ladies could have left whenever they wanted to. You know? But yeah, Tate seems like he's in trouble, and hopefully this is just a warning shot to him from somebody from somewhere, and it's nothing serious. You know, I don't want to see an American locked up in a Romanian prison, dude. I don't want to see that. You know what I'm saying? I got nothing against Tate except what he said about veterans and joining the military. I didn't like that, but apart from that, I got nothing against the guy. I mean, make your money, brother. It makes no difference how you earn a living, in my opinion, as long as it's legal. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's illegal, I mean, okay, it's got nothing to do with me, so whatever. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this whole thing with I get where Taroos is coming from with it, but I'm just like, man, Taroos got a strong moral compass, bro. I mean,
yeah, for real. I'm like, damn, I might not be able to. I got to get my life right if I'm gonna hang out with Taroos, bro. Shit.
You said the same thing I was thinking. I was in the car and I was like, you said, well, by that rationale, I'm a drug dealer. I was like, me too. You know,
shit I've done. Like, oh boy.
Right. I'm like thinking of stuff I've done. And then, yes, in Afghanistan, there were times where we were told specifically to do nothing. Do not intervene when it comes to things that were being done with children, because we knew of that kind of stuff, and we was given orders specifically, turn the other way. Do not, even if you're there and you're in it, don't do anything. Do not. And there were cases where we were there and we saw exactly what was going on, and you know.
Yeah, it's like, goddamn, CEO, these some weird rules of engagement orders right here. Like, hey man, these are orders right here, bro.
Right. There's nothing. There's things that the U.S. government we allow to happen, you know. And yeah, he was right when he said something about the poppy fields. Yeah, we had like a fucking battalion guarding poppy fields over there in Afghanistan. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so it's like we do shady stuff all the time. And also, do not put it past us, DL. If we wanted to snatch him up, we will snatch him up. If it came down to that, you just won't hear from him anymore.
Right.
I mean, do not put that past us. I just wanted to make sure that I don't want anyone to forget that, because, and I reiterate that I've said that quite a few times here on your platform and others, like, because I don't want people to think you're sweet. Don't put it past us. We will come snatch that ass up.
Hey, look, the Tate brothers can be sent to goddamn Tahoe. It is what it is, bro.
It is what it is. It could be,
Tahoe, bro.
I mean, this might be the last time we hear of him. You never know.
Hey, America is the biggest, baddest on the block.
No, I'm just saying. Look, because I'm
all
telling you, look, we talk offline, dear. Bruh.
Right. We'll talk offline. We'll talk offline. We'll talk offline.
That's why I keep telling you, don't put that past us. It don't matter who you are. Do not put that part right there. Don't put it past us. Please don't.
Yeah, please don't. And you know, thanks for coming up, bro. That was my bad. I thought I sent you that link when I sent it out to everyone else, and I overlooked you, man. My bad, bro. So
no problem at all. No problem at all.
And next time, and yeah, tell Shushu I said what's up, man. She helped me up. She hit me up. She told me how busy she is right now. So I'm so proud of her, man. I'm so glad she's doing the thing.
Yeah, no problem. She is busy, you know. She even hit me up. Oh, we have, because I just flew in yesterday afternoon, right? And I'm still getting my shit together. I don't even know if I'm gonna have a show tonight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because I've been out all day and all morning. You know what I'm saying? I'm still.
If you need me to help out, if you need me to help out, bro, just let me know. I can step up if you need to. It's no big thing.
Absolutely. Thank you. Appreciate that.
It's no big thing. So tell everybody where they can find you, bro, real quick before we drop you down.
You can find me on the Black Man Unfiltered Network. I have a show called Unapologetic. My sister and I host that show together. It's on Wednesday nights at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I'm also on pretty much every other broadcast that we have on that network. You can find me also here on the DL Saint I Really Want to Know podcast.
That's what's up. I appreciate that, bro, man. Appreciate it, man. So let's give you some respect, man. That's Mandrell, my favorite Green Beret, up in here making it happen, trying to let y'all know how the world really works, man. I'm going to talk to you later, man. Taroos is backstage, man. We'll hang out for 1 second. I'm going to wrap this up.
Okay, no problem.
So there you have it, y'all. That's it. These are my final thoughts on the whole thing. I think the red pill manosphere space is needed. Obviously, there are a lot of men out there who need this help. They need this knowledge. They need to understand how this particular world works, how the game is played. Here's the thing. The manosphere can give you said knowledge. What you do with that knowledge is up to you as a grown-up. That is my thing. You know what I mean? I'm not the morality piece like my brother Taroos. I don't care what you do with it. You can use it for good. You can use it for evil. You can use it for a mixture of both. But at least you know the truth. That's my take on it, man. So thanks for rocking out with me, man. It was a good conversation. Y'all know I'm gonna have brother Taroos back. Just so y'all can roast him in the chat, man. This chat was vicious today, man. It's all love, though. It's all love. Thank y'all so much again. I'm Don Lewis. I'm DL Saint. This is the DL Saint I Really Want to Know podcast. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.
Darn, that's the end.